one sound of the sirens in Grayson Stadium, the Firefighters officially arriving for duty in Banana Ball in 2024. The third team to join the game, along with the Savannah Bananas and Party Animals, a group much different than those two Titanic brands. One representing grit, heroism, risk-taking toughness.
Logan Lacey becomes the 5th player in Banana Ball history to pull off a backflip catch.
And honoring the heroes who run into the blaze across all of our communities.
It means so much more than I could have ever thought.
So everybody laying it all on the line. Couldn't be more blessed.
Firefighters of the night are welcomed alongside Parker Nolan, Val Perez by Zach Watson.
It represents hard work, it represents discipline. Honor those people by how hard you play. Do not take that for granted.
Led by Val Perez, a 10-year firefighter in Corpus Christi, Texas, and longtime Bananas and Christian Dearman and Dakota McFadden.
My dad's been a fireman for over, probably 50 years now. My uncle's been in the fire department for a long time. Never give in, doesn't matter what the situation is. And you know these guys never back down. They're coming to save everyone that they can.
Being the son of a firefighter, being the nephew of a firefighter, and being a friend of so many different firefighters, it feels like this was meant for me.
Fighting the flames for 19 games in 2024, a year of history for the Firefighters.
Dakota McFadden, the first home run in the history of the Firefighters franchise. Under the leg to Brito at second. A trick play, and the first win in Firefighters history. Ham is tagged out, and the Firefighters have won their final game of 2024. And it's the perfect ending for the boys in red and yellow.
In 2025, the schedule going to 33 missions across the country, including the team's very first headlining tour, a 3-city journey across Virginia, a barnstorming month that left fans with plenty of fiery moments.
Isaac Para behind the back. Green through the legs. Double play with the bare hand. Backflip. Handspring. Yes, sir. Into center field. Is it gone? Oh, my goodness. Noah Bridges is the hero in Salem.
And a host of new characters, like mascot Bo the Beaver, and the first ever Dalmatian Bat Dog.
Chief! Yeah!
The blaze spreading to major proportions. The Firefighters playing in 10 major league ballparks, with their first ever win in an MLB stadium coming in Denver last August.
The Firefighters stop the Nanners' winning streak at 14 games. And they take game 2 here in Coors Field in showdowns.
And they gave us one of the most emotional nights in Banana Ball history.
We pause to honor and remember, reflecting on the lives forever changed on September 11th, 2001. And tonight, we honor both the lives that were lost and the lives that were saved because of the selfless actions of first responders. Firefighter John LaStella. Firefighter Chris LeGros. Firefighter Frank Perez. Firefighter Mike Manofsky. And firefighter Chris Schickler. And firefighter Malcolm Moore. 9/11 first responder Port Authority, Lieutenant David Lamb. And 9/11 first responder Lieutenant Eric Lamar. And 9/11 first responder Tom Aiken. And 9/11 first responder Robbie Mitchell.
the postseason, the Firefighters earning the 4th seed after going 6-27. Only winning 3 times in 23 chances against the Savannah Bananas, the odds stacked against them going against the team in yellow. Until Bradford Webb and Ben Dumb stepped up.
Bradford Webb, 6 innings, 6 goose eggs, 4 Ks. He was miraculous. Ben Dumb, the third, fired up as he dribbles this one over to first. Stephen Colin will take it behind his back into the bag, and the Firefighters win game 1. Ben Dumb, a 9-out save.
A 1-0 win in Game 1 of the semifinals, giving the Firefighters just as good a chance as anybody else. But they dropped Game 2 by 1 point, leading to a winner-take-all showdowns in Grayson Stadium. Dalton Cornet getting his chance to shine and creating a moment that will last in banana ball history.
That ball demolished, deep out to right, gone! Dalton Cornet sends the Firefighters to the 2025 Banana Ball Tour Championship Final.
I don't even have words right now. This is like the greatest moment of baseball history.
From 4 seed to the championship game, the Firefighters becoming the ultimate Cinderella story in Banana Land.
Let's take you back to the weekend that was.
The Fire and Flames picking right up where they left off in 2026, with longtime Bananas Eric Jones Jr., Jared Donaldson, and Zach Phillips officially aboard. The team picked up its first ever sweep in Banana Ball over the Loco Beach Coconuts in Little Rock, Arkansas. Launched an historic offensive performance in Montgomery, Alabama, scoring 22 runs in 1 game to beat the Indianapolis Clowns 4-2. Then swept the Party Animals for the first time ever in Albuquerque, highlighted by an incredible 2 rounds of showdowns in Game 2.
The Firefighters are the 2 seed in the Banana Ball Open!
Honestly, I've kind of done it so much now, I'm pretty confident in myself on that.
When you enter the fire service, you're entering a brotherhood unlike any other, and you're trying to be the one who is going to save somebody's life every single day, and you're in those high-stress situations. That is a bond unlike any other. So remember, when you put these jerseys on, who you represent. Take honor in that, take pride in that. When you enter this locker room, you've officially entered the brotherhood of the Banana Ball Fire Department. And let's take pride in that.
On his first swing with the Firefighters, EJ pumps it!
Jared Donaldson strikes out the side, his first frame against the Nanners.
Noah Bridges is timeless!
We have a good offense.
Yeah. Tiny with the big shot! Darian McDowell!
Look at there.
Oh my goodness. We're the hardest team in sports, baby. Let's go!
Today is the first day of the rest of our lives and also the chase for the Banana Ball Championship League postseason. Here in Greenville, South Carolina, 6,700 of our closest friends gathering in Floor Field for matchup 2 of the Firefighters and Indianapolis Clowns. The Fire and Flames rewriting their own history books just 11 games into this World Tour, but the Clowns back in the state where they just swept the Loco Beach Coconuts to earn an improbable berth in the Banana Ball Open. The race for the playoffs begins now. It's the Firefighters. It's the Indianapolis Clowns, live and in living color in Greenville. Let's roll. And welcome inside the Dispatch Center here at Floor Field. I'm Zach Staten. Off the heels of one of the most thrilling weekends that we have seen here in Banana Land, only one of the 6 teams in the BBCL has an opportunity to feel comfortable, and that is the Texas Tailgaters. The winners of the inaugural Banana Ball Open, they are now officially locked in to the postseason in October, already 6 months ahead of time. Let's take you back to the weekend that was at Grayson Stadium. First game up last Thursday, it was the Indianapolis Clowns and Savannah Bananas, and Robert Anthony Cruz got a gracious host. He got things rolling, walk-off Tater, Savannah up 2-0
after a couple of innings. But the sensational rookie Bobby Leday doing everything he could to keep his team in it. Top 4 sends one to the front offices of Banana Ball at B Road. Solo Tater. All of a sudden, the Clowns have a shot to win a point. But the Bananas come right back in the bottom of the 4th. Bill Leroy, the captain with 2 on, gets 1 to land next to Joe Gray. He couldn't find it. 2 runs would score to win the frame. And ultimately, it's the Bananas who cruise 4-0 to go to the title series. Now, who would they face in that weekend series? It's either the Firefighters or the Tailgaters, and Eric Jones Jr. wants that weekend reservation. Walk-off in the 1st inning. Firefighters are up, but the Gators bats found some loud hits. Matt Danford with a 2 RBI double in the 3rd. Tailgaters go up 2-1. Then Kyle Martin, 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 shot. Ball went at least 430 feet to dead center. Gators go up 3-1. And then the trick plays becoming a massive deal. Look at Jonathan Sunshine Looters dive out and then turn the double trick play in a matter of moments. Gators won the equalizer point, and that was massive because it made it 4-2 going into the 9th. Lamar Sparks' broken bat single will do the job, but it only makes it a 1-point game, and that equalizer point, just enough separation for the Texas Tailgaters to survive in advance, winning 4-3 and going to the weekend championship series. So for the 4th and 5th time this year, we see the Tailgaters and the Savannah Bananas, this time with all the stakes on the line for an opportunity at the postseason in October. And Jordan Barth had himself quite a Saturday night. First home run in Banana Ball in his young career, Apo Taco, and the Tailgaters would go up 2-0 early on, putting the Bananas on their heels for one of the few times we've seen this season. And then once again, trick plays, the name of the game for the Texas Tailgaters. 8th inning, they're down by 1 trick play. Not anymore. Taylor Justice, under the leg, flip to Joe Sperone. We're tied at 13. 2 outs. They gotta have a trick play here, and they do. Bounce to himself. That's the 14th trick play. That's the equalizer point. But the play of the game, once again on defense. Dan Oberst thought he had a triple off the wall, but look at this field from Zach Watson. Turns and throws it to Jordan Hussein as Ty Jackson is scoring. J5 with a truly magical throw over to Jordan Barth. Tag applied. That's your ball game. The Gators win it 3-2. So we go to Sunday, and we had to go to showdowns. Danny Hosley, shutdown closer, but Nick Leisure-Lopez wants to go to October. Into left field, Reese Alexiadis really got to get on his horse to chase it, and he wouldn't do it because Lopi has legs and speed to burn for days. He races home. The Tailgaters sweep the Savannah Bananas, winning in round 1 of showdowns, and just like that, they have locked themselves into the BBCL postseason all the way in October. And with that, let's take you to the Banana Ball Championship League standings. You'll notice here the common theme is that there is nobody that's truly hurt by the Banana Ball Open. You're only helped. The Savannah Bananas are still your top overall team at 10-1. Firefighters, even though they lost on Friday, are still the 2 seed. The Tailgaters, even though they won the whole thing, are still in that 3rd spot, and the Clowns are still 4. Now, there is a 3-way tie there between the Coconuts, Clowns, and Party Animals. It's a whole new beginning to the season now here for all 3 of those teams. So again, the Banana Ball Open helped the Texas Tailgaters, but everybody else staying right where they were, and that's a massive deal, especially for the Firefighters, who are off to an historic start here in 2026. 6-5 is the first time they've ever had a winning record, and their offense is moving and grooving. Since we went to Little Rock, Arkansas, they have 83 runs. That's in the last month. That is the most in the league by 16 runs over the 2nd place team. Their offense has found life and then some. Val Perez has managed this team perfectly as we take you to some of the first, and it's hard to really keep track of them here for the Firefighters. First ever winning record, check. First ever 3-game winning streak, check. Earned their first 2 sweeps in team history. One in Little Rock over the Loco Beach Coconuts, the next over the reigning World Tour champions and the Party Animals in Albuquerque. One of the guys that's really helped the Firefighters get off to such a fiery start is Mason Maxwell, hitting above 350, and he's got Michael Schwartz, but he's using him as his canvas of art. Let's see what they're doing.
Hey, we want to bring you inside a little get ready with me video with Mason Maxwell in the Firefighters dugout bathroom. You got to get some eye black on, don't you?
Yeah, well, Michael, I'm not going to be doing it. We're going to be putting it on you.
On me?
Yeah, we're going to be putting the eye black on you today. So we're gonna get this thing going. You know, I don't really wear eye black anymore.
Why not?
You know, Firefighters have been hot. My bat personally has been hot. Superstition-wise, we're going to go clean face. My mom always said I had a pretty face, so
My mom says that too, but I guess not today.
Eye black for you today.
Okay, don't watch, Mom. Don't watch. All right, so
We're gonna go with this first little trim. All right. So last year, I'm not gonna do the full Mad Max look for you, but last year in Boston, this was one of my favorite duos that I did. So we're out here. We're gonna go over the nose in a sick way. Don't worry, I'm not gonna do you dirty at all.
nasal strip.
Yeah, pretty much a nasal strip. We'll go with the whole sizer.
Hey, Maxwell, I got a question for you. I'm calling you by your last name for this interview because we're kind of like doing this with the whole eye black. You started off a little bit slow in the beginning of the season, but now you got hot to have this superstition.
Yes.
What led to this success? Was it the teammates? Was it something you did mentally, physically?
You know, honestly, I had to get back to the mental mindset of not caring and just playing the game and having fun, getting back to having fun and stop stressing about it. And you know what? It always works out. And I was wearing my skull cap again. That was like another thing. It heated me up at the end of last year. So just more things, you know?
Who knew fashion had such a huge part of Banana Ball? Hey, Zach, how do I look?
Actually, it doesn't look that bad at all. Hold on, let me fix this. Let's get the... I think it looks pretty dope.
Okay. I like that.
Pretty good.
Ladies and gentlemen of Greenville, South Carolina, it is time to welcome your 2026 Firefighters. Behind the plate, we have Eric Jones Jr., followed by Dalton, the mayor of Pippa Passes, Cornet. And lastly, we got Zachary Z.B. Bridges. These are our catchers. And in left field, we have Noah Bridges. And out in center, we have Armando Becerra. And in right center, the man who started the fire, Lamar Sparks. And then in right field, we have Darian McDowell. And over in the hot corner, we have Logan Showtime Lacey. Followed by not so tiny, Tyler Hughes. And at shortstop, we got Peanut, Kaden Green. And at second base, the magician himself, South Smoke Trimble. And at first base, we have the Mad Max, Mason Maxwell. And as well, we got Diesel, Dakota McFadden. And the firemen on the mound, those are all pitchers. And this is your 2026 Firefighters.
There are firemen and firewomen dancing on the field. Literal flames are shooting out of the ground here in Greenville, South Carolina. This is a show unlike they've ever seen before. And so are the Indianapolis Clowns, who a couple of weekends ago in Charleston, South Carolina, were at an improbable disadvantage to try and make the Banana Ball open. If you look at the standings beforehand, this is a team that had less than 7% chance to make it. Look at the standings here. Clowns were dead last. 6.5% chance to make it. They needed to sweep the Coconuts. They needed probably a little help from the Texas Tailgaters. And they absolutely had to have the Firefighters sweep the Party Animals. But you know what? We helped them out a little bit in Albuquerque, but mainly the Clowns helped themselves. Going to Charleston, South Carolina for the Coconuts' home debut. And they absolutely spoiled the beach party. So did JBJ. He's just in his 10th game here in the sports. World Series champion, former College World Series champion and MVP, and you see why here. In the fourth, a single. He's already got a triple and a single to his name, and guess what? He's now got a home run to his name. He is 3/4 of the way to a cycle. If I'm teasing it, you probably know what's about to come next. 7th inning, ground rule double. He's just the 3rd player in banana ball history to hit for the cycle, the 4th instance that it's ever happened in the sport, along with 2 from Jake Skull and 1 from Kyle Jackson earlier this year. The Clowns were unstoppable, 21-6 outscoring the Coconuts in game 1. And then Joe Lytle, what a bat flip. Ben Parker doing everything he could to catch it. Probably wouldn't have mattered anyway because a runner could have tagged up from 3rd. Then Brett Maddock, huge strikeout. The Clowns dancing away. And then Tanner Allen. There's a little tip drill from Bobby Leday. It's a 3-2 lead in the top of the 9th. Nico Holsizer, how about that? To clinch the first ever sweep in the team's history. Monet Davis can wave the flag because the Clowns did the unthinkable. Swept the Coconuts right out of the open and got themselves into the Banana Ball Open. So sweet South Carolina, a node here to the Greenville Drive, affiliate of the Boston Red Sox. Look at what they did. 24 runs to 31 hits. 425 average. Their offense exploded. And as you know, JBJ, who has been on fire, pun intended, to start this year, becomes just the 3rd player in banana ball history to ever hit for the cycle. The Clowns hoping to re-find that form here in their next weekend. Remember, they only played 1 game against the Savannah Bananas. They hope to re-find that form here against the Firefighters. But hey, Jalen Vasquez played here at North Greenville in college. Let's hear from him.
Hey, with Jalen Vasquez here. Hey, by the way, he wears a number 2. I don't know if you knew this, but his nickname is Deuce because you've worn that number for so long. Yes, sir. For Derek Jeter. Opposite of Derek Jeter, we have the Green Monster, the replica in the background. I was talking to Jackie Bradley about this before. How does that play when you step up to the plate? Are you trying to go for it? Does that mess with you a little bit?
Yeah, our hitting coach definitely emphasized on trying to go that way just because like it's a short porch and anything off that wall is a sure double. So my approach is definitely that backside today, but I mean, I'm always looking to pull the ball.
Now, you're no stranger to this park. You actually were here 2 or 3 years ago. You got one at bat when you were with North Greenville University. You weren't even supposed to play that day, and you had a sac fly. So how are you stepping up for your team today when they need you most?
Yeah, man. You know, I'm just going to go in the box, which is being gritty, and just be ready to hit. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be a team player and do whatever I can for my team.
I love that. South Carolina guy. You went to North Greenville University, not far from here. You told me you didn't really spend much time here in Greenville, but what's it like being back in South Carolina?
Man, it's amazing, man. Doing a tour here, doing a tour through South Carolina. You know, we got Spartanburg next. Just to come back to Greenville, you know, I'll get to see my head coach, Landon Powell. So it'll be cool. But just to be here and to see all these guys out here, we're gonna have a good time tonight and just play some baseball, baby.
You know what? He's got swag. He's got aura. Thank you so much. Have a great game, my man.
Thank you, brother.
Enjoy.
Appreciate it.
We got so much more from South Carolina.
Just got his CDL license to drive this fire truck. Ready to get out? He opens the door in style. Fans, give it up for tonight's hero hitter. He is 6 years old. His name is Colt. Fans, Colt has a big task ahead. He has to hit a home run against these goofy clowns. I think he's already got 2 strikes on him. And wait a minute, this was so unfair, Bo had to come out and get some help. Not only get some help, but he tackles the Clowns pitcher. And he steals the ball. And he gave him a little gnaw on the leg too, that might leave a mark. All right, fans, it seems like it's a little more fair. Our home run hitter blasts it. He's running down the first. He's boogieing on the second. The ball's in the air. It goes into right field. They can't make the trick play. Fans cheer him on. It's going to be close. There's a scramble. The ball goes, and it stays. The play's coming to the plate. The ball's coming in. Cone is jogging. Here comes the tag. Save! Fans, give it up for tonight's hero hitter, Colt!
So Greenville, the play.
Banana Ball is the fastest and most entertaining show in sports. And the 11 rules guarantee the most fans-first experience every second.
Unbelievable!
Welcome to the Banana Ball Championship League.
Rule number 1, win the inning, win the point. The team that scores the most runs in an inning wins the point.
It's a walk-off winner to the deepest part of the field.
Oh my goodness! With the equalizer point, trick plays provide the away team an opportunity to earn a point going into the final inning. And in the final inning, every run counts as a point. Rule number 2, Banana Ball has a 2-hour time limit, guaranteeing that every game is fast-paced and action-packed. Rule number 3, no stepping out of the batter's box. If you do, it will result in a strike.
Max stepped out of the box, and because he stepped out of the box, that's it.
Rule number 4, no bunting, because bunting sucks. If you bunt, you'll be thrown out of the game. Rule number 5, batters can steal first base.
Ball 3, Gideon taken off for first throw from Leroy in time.
Rule number 6, there's no walks. Walks are ball force sprints. The batter can advance as far as they want until every position player touches the ball.
Those defenders have touched the banana ball. It is a 4-base sprint to open up the ball game.
Rule number 7, no mound visits. Nope. Rule number 8, foul balls caught by a fan count as an out.
Oh, they caught it! They did! They can't caught it on the third point! We're going to showdowns!
Rule number 9, the showdowns. In showdowns, the best of the best face off in the biggest moment. One hitter versus one pitcher with one fielder behind him. And the hitter has to score.
Deep to right center! See you later!
Rule number 10, the Banana Ball Challenge Rule gives the coaches and you, the fans, a chance to impact a call on the field. Rule number 11, the golden batter. Once a game, each team can give any player an at-bat, regardless of the lineup. This offers the biggest matchups on the biggest stage.
Big on big. Gamer, let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Get out of here, ball! That thing had a family!
And those are the rules of Banana Ball.
This is not any other night in the firehouse. This game is baseball by birth, fruit by name, and an absolute worldwide phenomenon by the grace of God. But make no mistake, when the heat gets too intense, we don't cool off. We run towards the flames. So this is the time for all 5,500 fans in attendance to get on your feet and give me your voices. Because this is the hottest show in sports. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Banana Ball!
And now the starting lineup for your Firefighters. Leading off at second base, number 55, Tyner, Tiny Hughes. Batting second, behind the plate, number 3, Dalton Cornet. In the 3-hole, manning the hot corner, number 11, Logan Showtime Lacey. Batting cleanup at first base, number 4, Eric Jones. In the 5-hole, ranging center field, number 30, Armando Becerra. Batting sixth, the hot shot at shortstop, number 2, Hayden Peanut Green. In the 7th slot, the designated hitter, number 0, Lamar Sparks. In the 8th hole, ranging right field, number 24, Dakota D-Mac McFadden. Batting ninth, the extra hitter, number 7, Mason Maxwell. And the decky, ranging left field, number 9, Noah Bridges. Tonight's starting pitcher, the fireballer on the mound, number 42, Bradford Webb. The Firefighters are led by Battalion Chief Val Perez, Captain Corey Pye, and Lieutenant Drew Iniesta. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask all those who are able to please rise. Uncover your heads and turn toward the flag with your right hand over your heart for this evening's performance of our national anthem. Performing this evening, please welcome Courtney Kostwick with her rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and rockets regulars, the bombs bursting in their came through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the
Thank you very much, Courtney Kostwick.
There's a lovely voice from Courtney Kostwick on the national anthem as we start lighting things on fire in Greenville, South Carolina. Our first visit to this beautiful ballpark, and it is an absolutely gorgeous stadium in a beautiful city here in the Palmetto State. It's the first time we visited since July of 2024. That was the Party Animals and the Firefighters. The date was July 27th, 2024. That was the final game that the Fighters played that season, and they won it in showdown style. And if you watched them, it was an absolutely magical night here in Greenville, South Carolina. As we look at this beautiful park, you see the Greenville Monster, a replica of Fenway Park. Of course, the Greenville Drive here, the home team for Fluor Field, part of the Boston Red Sox affiliate. Now, as we start getting things situated on the field, let's take a look at what the defenses are going to look like for the Firefighters. And the biggest thing you'll notice is the two middle infielders, Caden Peanut Green and Tyner Hughes. Those two have been absolutely incredible over the first couple of weeks for the Fire and Flames. 18 trick plays, 17 trick plays for Tyner Hughes, 18 for young Peanut. We've had a couple of different changes throughout. We start taking a look now at the defense. Logan Lacey still at third base. Eric Jones Jr. has not played first base a ton this year. He switched between that and catcher, but tonight Dalton Cornet will get the start at catcher. So EJ, for just maybe the 5th or 6th time this year, is going to get a shot at first base. Dakota McFadden is not your right fielder. That is, in fact, Smoke South Trimble. He is your designated fielder tonight. The 18 trick plays for Peanut, leads the Firefighters, 17 for Tyler Hughes, his second. How about the all-star, Bradford Webb, coming up onto the mound here? The problem for him over the last couple of weeks has been ball four sprints. He gave up 3 in the first couple of weeks. In Scottsdale, he gave up 4 ball four sprints and then gave up about 5 or 6 in Albuquerque. If he gets that situated and he's going back to a former stance here tonight in his windup, that could very well change the ball four sprints, and if it does, he is unbelievable. Kaz Egan is about to ring the bell. As you see Joe Gray Jr., he will lead us off, but look at the guy in the 2-hole. Jackie Bradley Jr., former member of the Greenville Drive, former South Carolina Gamecock, 409 hitter. He will absolutely be a massive, massive problem for the Firefighters. Let's ring the bell and get this thing started.
And when they do, you're gonna do just that. Greenville, here we go. 1, 2, 3, ring the bell. Showtime!
Starting on the mound for the Firefighters, number 42, Bradford Webb.
And Joe Gray Jr. steps on.
Leading off for the Clowns, number 3, Joe Gray Jr.
216. And we are waiting here. Bradford Webb, toes of rubber. Let's roll. Joe almost thought about going for that one. Instead, holds back better of it. And it's a 1-0 count. Bradford Webb, an all-star in the last 2 months of 2025, as he can't locate the second pitch for a strike. Joe Gray, a legitimate rodeo clown, cowboy kind of guy, as he takes that one right off the inside there, and that is the first strike of the game. Austin Temple, big hair and even bigger pants, coming on in to try to collect that ball. Webb fires that one a little bit low, and again, this is where the problems have started here over the last couple of weekends for Bradford Webb. It's been the ball four sprints. It's been getting behind in the counts. He had 3 ball four sprints in the first couple of weeks, as that one goes right over us here in the press box, and I do mean that was mere feet over the head of Blake O'Hara and myself. He had 3 in the first couple of weeks. He's got 10 now. Really needs to figure that out, and he won't right there. Ball four sprint. So if you're new to banana ball, all 7 fielders behind the pitcher have got to touch the banana ball before they can tag him out. And Joe Gray Jr. aggressive on the base pads, and that was good. Noah Bridges couldn't lay the tag down, didn't have the bat with him, and now, how about this? A special moment for Jackie Bradley Jr., former Greenville Drive member and University of South Carolina ball player, coming back home.
South Carolina now batting for the Indianapolis Clowns, the center fielder, number 19, Jackie Bradley Jr.
What a moment this is for the folks here in Greenville, South Carolina. I want to tell you about one of the more unique stats we've seen here in my time as a broadcaster. JBJ was a member of the Greenville Drive, of course, affiliate of the Boston Red Sox. He played 4 games for the Drive in 2011, but all of them were away from Fluor Field. The next season, he was called up to High A Salem as he swings over that one for strike 1. So he never actually played with the Greenville Drive here at Fluor Field. But as a member of the South Carolina Gamecocks, he played here 5 times. So he has the unique distinction of playing here more in college than he did in his minor league career, as that's strike 2 off the foul. Dalton Cornet will be your catcher tonight, dealing with a little bit of a hand issue, but nothing too major. Been able to practice all week long. B. Webb in an advantageous count. Really trying to get that one on the outside, JBJ with a good eye. Man's only struck out 5 times here, and he's gonna make it 6 there. What a response from Bradford Webb. Puts the first guy on via the freebie, and then responds right back with a strikeout. That is his 14th on the season, trailing Jared Donaldson by 2 to lead the Firefighters. And really, man, the Fire and Flames in terms of pitching, they have been absolutely sparkling when it comes to strikeouts. Jared Donaldson with 16, Bradford Webb 13, Austin Temple with 13. But now comes up a man who holds an ever-dangerous bat, and that is the rookie sensation, Bobby Leday. Last week in the Banana Ball Open, hit a home run. The only real damage done for the Indianapolis Clowns. That one's sitting into the seats, and it will remain in the seats, foul. Of course, the first pick for the Clowns in the second round of the Banana Ball Player Draft, and he's been sensational for them. 18 trick plays at shortstop, easily leading the team. Swings for strike 2. Bobby Leday and Ron Franklin Jr., the Firefighters, were actually teammates in junior college. Ron Franklin is here this weekend. So who knows, if you're nice to me, you might get him in the booth as Bobby Leday plants that one into right center field. Joe Gray getting the wave around from home. Leday going to second. He'll get up easily with an RBI double, and just like that, the Clowns on the board. The offense going right back to form in Charleston, and Bobby Leday continues to swing a sweet bat. Oh, we're going in reverse here. Oh, no! There we go. Almost ran out of breath. So far, the first 3 at-bats. Ball 4 sprint, strikeout, and then an RBI double for Bobby Leday. And the Clowns have immediately put pressure on him. And now for the 3rd time this World Tour, Joe Lytle's going to go up against his former team in the Firefighters, sending that one into the backstop. Of course, one of the hotter bats swinging at the end of the year, was hitting well above 400 for the Fire and Flames at the end of the 2025 World Tour, but he was not kept via coach's franchise choice. Because, of course, you have Dalton Cornet and Zachary Bridges kept via the fan franchise. Over to Peanut, underneath the legs. Call that one in for a trick play, the first of the game. Bobby Leday moving over to third, but that was sweet from Nutt. Took a little bit of time getting it over on the transfer, but EJ, nice job to just haul that one back in. And now Nico Holsizer steps in. He has a dangerous swing, a power swing that could really do some damage. He's got to find the consistency here early on in his Banana Ball career. 194, just 6 hits and 31 at bats. Caden Green, by the way, 6 trick plays in the Banana Ball Open for the Firefighters. That was easily his season high. Has not had a ton hit to him this year. He wanted to be up there in the top of the trick play column, especially in a position that's loaded as that one goes into the dirt with players like Jordan Hussein, Ryan Cox, Peyton Schott, Tanya, obviously Bobby Leday. Jordan Hussein has been unbelievable. That was his 19th trick play on the season, so just around the corner from 20. Holsizer, deep to left field. There's no monster that man can't contain. Off the brick wall, and the first homer of the night goes to Nico Holsizer. It's a 3-run frame for the Clowns in the top of the first. And the offense looks incredible. Hi, Michael.
Oh, come on, boys, let's go. Starting off hot. Love it. Come on, let's get some more.
I gotta ask you a question and do my job real quick and take the Banana Ball backstage question. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. He had a touch home plate. I'm gonna take a Banana Ball backstage question early. How does it feel to hit a home run, especially one over there?
You know, it feels really good. I've been waiting to do that all season. Finally made it happen.
Unleash the beast over the monster?
Unleash it. You know, took the jersey, opened the jersey today. Ball went far. I think we're gonna stick with it.
All right, I'm gonna do the eye black. I'm not gonna rip the shirt. Back to you, Zach.
Michael, probably the right thing to do. Nico Holsizer's first home run of the year, and it goes over the Greenville Monster. First player here this weekend to tame that bad boy. And I've gone up there. JBJ and I were talking a little bit earlier. It's about 7 feet shorter than the actual monster at Fenway Park. So it's not as indomitable as you would think, but it's also not nearly as small as you would think for a replica. It's a heck of a swing there from Nico Holsizer. Now, Terrell Prime, 2-1, Bradford Webb. Logan Lacey in between the legs, fielding, spinning around, and EJ hauls it in for out number 3, but not before 3 runs come in against B-Webb. It's a 3-run lead for the Clowns going into the bottom half of the first. We'll see if the Firefighters can do any damage. Let's go down to the field. Some dads need to be hosed.
Coaching box, here's the Fire Marshal.
Hey there, Greenville. This is Marshall Shield, the Fire Marshal, and us firefighters take our training very serious. And it doesn't matter the age for some of our cadets. So please help us welcome 4-year-old Mason, come on out, sir, and his dad. All right, Mason, we're gonna play a little game here called Hose My Dad. So here's what's gonna happen here. You are gonna have the opportunity to get this baseball that you can get signed by all the players, or the opportunity to hose your dad. So, what do you want to do? He wants to hose his dad. Oh my goodness, he was hosed down. But we have another item. Sir, we have this bat. Whoa! He is ready to go. So would you like this bat? You hit home runs off of your dad. Or do you want to hose your dad?
Hose my dad.
He said it, folks. Hose his dad. All right. We have one last opportunity to get our cadet here. Do you want this t-shirt? You can be the coolest kid at every middle school or preschool or elementary wearing this. Or do you want to hose your dad? He said it, folks. Oh my goodness. Hey! Now, Mason, being such a great sport, we're gonna give you all 3 items. So Greenville, give it up for 4-year-old Mason.
So the Indianapolis Clowns have come on out. Here's a quick look at their defense as Tyner Hughes steps on in. Bobby Leday, 18 trick plays. Again, by far the most here for the Indianapolis Clowns. 10 apiece for Jalen Vasquez and Eli Payton. And David Griffin is the man on the mound. He has been as dominant as they come here in Banana Ball. The last time he was out, actually, was probably the hardest outing he has had. Gave up 4 runs in 4 innings and 6 hits against the Coconuts and still found a way to get the job done. Tyner Hughes swinging at the first pitch he sees. Terrell Prime giving it chase. Jess, our first base camera operator, had absolutely no trouble, not even looking at that one. She's an old wily veteran there. I think Tiny broke his bat too. He needs a new swing. This is now, I don't know how many times, Tyner Hughes is unafraid of swinging at the first pitch of the game. As you take a look at the batting order, there are 7 firefighters who are hitting over 300. That is tied for the most here in the Banana Ball Championship League along with the Party Animals. Simply put, they are consistent. David Griffin working quickly. Tiny again swinging. That one into the seats. Does anybody have a play on it? Nope. Tiny was the first firefighter to foul out to a fan this year, and it was against the Indianapolis Clowns in Montgomery, Alabama. But he is aggressive at the top as again he fouls that one off, this time up onto the roof of this place. Oh-2, Tyner. Slow dribbler that gets by Bobby Leday for a base knock. So how about this? That dude just keeps on swinging. Tyner Hughes chop a little wood over at first base with Drew Yanesta and Corey Pye. And now Dalton Cornet steps on in. Over the last month, this man has been maybe the hottest batter, not just in the Firefighters, but of all the Banana Ball Championship League. And he's gonna bounce that one through. And 2 swings in a row, 2 hits in a row. He bounces that one through the gap. And they're 2-1 with nobody away. So easy does it there for Dalton Cornet. And now how about Logan Lacey? Showtime was the first player in banana ball history to tower the Green Monster at Fenway Park. Did it last July, and he sent it down to Lansdowne Street behind the thing, and look at that! 3 swings in a row, 3 knocks, and this one is gonna be an RBI single. Tiny's in, standing up. DC3 over to third. Logan Lacey, RBI single, and the Firefighters going quick, fast, and in a hurry. Already one back from the Clowns, and now Mr. Jones and me sit around and tell each other fairy tales. But he has a chance to write an real-life comeback story here in the first inning. EJ, the Savannah Bananas all-time home run leader. That powerful swing from that stoic face, lighting the banana ball up for 29 homers in his 3 World Tours with the team clad in yellow. Another chance for the fans down the right field line. They don't catch it. Just 2 fan-caught foul balls in any Firefighter game this year. Unfortunately, they've both come against the Fire and Flames. EJ, good eye, staying away from that one. Joe Lytle trying to frame it up. In Albuquerque, 5 hits on night 1. That tied a banana ball record. Logan Lacey stealing, hit and run, work to perfection. Dalton Cornet in, Lacey to third, EJ, another RBI single. That cat is gritty, just continuing to roll. South Trimble will come in as the designated runner, and he throws the smoke up. And nobody away still for the Clowns, and they've had nothing really in the air. It's all been grounders through the gap, with the exception of Logan Lacey's single in the right center. But this might do it. Lacey going home. That will be the inning-tying run. So we are all square in the inning again, but the double play gets all the runners off the base paths. It is a trick play for the Indianapolis Clowns. Bobby Leday doing the job as Armando Becerra grounds it out, but he does get an RBI tagged along with that. So now the guy who truly is the best hitter statistically in banana ball, Caden Peanut Green, 469 average, 581 OBP, swings over that one for strike 1. He is a 7-game hit streak going right now. The Banana Ball Open did not get a hit, but guess what? That doesn't count towards your World Tour stats, so we'll play on with this. Again, essentially half the time he comes to the plate, he's getting on base. He has taken a superstar leap and a half. Hit his first home run of the year against the Clowns in Montgomery as he thought about stealing first there. Joe Lytle going around the flamethrowers behind home. Instead, Peanut will stay in the box, wants to get himself a hit. 2-1 count. Peanut, that is a screamer into right field, another base knock. So how about this? How about all of the hits so far for the Firefighters? 5 of them have all been singles. That's been incredible. And now Lamar Sparks, maybe Lamar Jackson actually.
Now batting number 0, Lamar Sparks.
See, now you see why I called him Lamar Jackson at first. He's going to take a swing in that iconic coat. That's sick. High into the sky. Joe Gray giving it chase. Can he find it? We've seen a little trouble in the field, but not there. And Caden Peanut Green will be stranded on first. Lamar put a heck of a charge into that one, but the Firefighters tie the inning up at 3 runs apiece, so no point allowed. A lot of runs scored in the first inning. And you see why these 2 offenses are the best 2 run producers in the Banana Ball Championship League. As we take a peek at a beautiful scenic shot here of Greenville, South Carolina, you are seeing the 2 best hitters in Banana Ball statistically. Jackie Bradley Jr., 18 hits, is the best in the league. But Caden Peanut Green, I just told you, 469 average and 581 OBP. That is the best in the Banana Ball Championship League. Simply put, these 2 guys are consistent and they swing the bat with intent. but they also have patient approaches. By the way, if you look at JBJ's average, he's not far off Peanut. Simply put, you're watching the cream rise to the top here in the Banana Ball Championship League as we head towards now the last 50 games of the season, and I say that like it's a quick little jump there. These two players are going to be massive in terms of helping their guys and their teams make a Banana Ball Championship League postseason, and it's because of the way they swing the bat. But also, both those guys are incredibly good at trick plays. We've seen Peanut get his 19th tonight. What a start we've had here as Bradford Webb towing the rubber. Maybe gets a little warning shot in that first inning. He can lock himself back in a little. B-Webb is one of the best we've seen in terms of just calming himself down, getting himself refocused and reloaded, and finding a way to get outs. As Dalton Cornet makes the throw down. So the Firefighters' first inning includes 5 singles and an RBI counted on a ground into a double play. While the Clowns got the louder of the hits. 2-run homer from Nico Holsizer, his first of the year, and an RBI double for Bobby Leday. What a flying start we've gotten off to here. Chris Burgess, oh, he gets that one in on the hands. Is that one trouble for Noah Bridges? No, it's not. Won't go as a trick play, but man, he had to run a mile to get that one. But that's exactly what he does. And now, how about Eli Payton? Gotten off to a nice start here as a rookie in the Banana Ball Championship League. Consistent fielder at third base, and that is a tough position to play. He's already got a couple of big bombs for the Indianapolis Clowns. 2 homers, he's got 10 hits for a .294 average. His Uncle George probably not watching tonight. He's the general manager of the Denver Broncos. Might be a little busy. Do they have a second-round pick, Blake O'Hara? No, they don't. A third-round pick, they have to, right? If they didn't have a third-round pick, I don't know what George is doing. So, George, if you're watching, take Jamari Taylor out of Virginia, please. Peyton fouling that one back. 2-1 count. Screamer over to Tyner. Tough play. Turns around and just makes it the easy old-fashioned way. That's a job and a half there from Tyner Hughes to collect that one up and get it over to EJ. Definitely tempted to try to get it over in a trick play column, but you know what? It'll do the job just as easily. And now Dale Francis Jr. played a couple of games here at Erskine College at Fluor Field. By the way, he's one of like 10,000 players in Banana Ball to have come through Erskine, including Drew Yanesta, Johnny Hummel, Armando Becerra, Mark Rocco. Right to Tyner. Screamer gives him no trouble. Moving right on over to second. That's a 1-minute and 48-second inning for Bradford Webb. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Tyner Hughes getting a couple of outs. And how about that for the Fighters? After getting knocked around a couple of different times in the first inning, under 1 minute and 50 seconds for Bradford Webb. That's a way to get yourself back in a groove. As David Griffin goes back to the rubber. And now onto the field for one of those Erskine connections, Drew Yanesta and Michael Schwartz.
Yeah, hey, I'm here with the guy, Drew Yanesta, and we're walking to first base before he's coaching, but I gotta ask you, how are these firefighter bats staying so hot?
Yeah, we worked on it all prep season. These guys are staying with the approach, trusting the guys behind them, and just sticking with our approach this year, playing with a lot of fire and on the gas pedal. That's all we've been talking about.
You're playing with a lot of fire, taunting the opponent. It just keeps coming, those hats. But I want to show you a tweet that you recently put up. It's become a tradition. You're also taunting your own teammates. Johnny Hummel, this is the shot that you hit off Johnny Hummel. And I think you tweeted, the ball still hasn't landed 5 years later?
Yes, that is correct.
Bring me through that. I mean, this video should not be 10 hours long.
I had to make sure that everybody knew it was a hanging breaking ball. I got it good. I had to show off the Sosa hop.
And then you zoom into him and his head is down.
Yeah, I just had to clip him right there. You know, that's what the kids are saying now. Clip farming, and that's exactly what I was doing to my boy.
Hey, he's still scared. Half of his hair is now white.
Yeah.
Maybe that's for something. We don't know. Maybe stick around a little later. Are you an internet troll?
No, I try not to be, but okay. Good buddy of mine, so I had to let him know, make sure he knows his place.
Get back in the game. We'll see you soon.
Drew Yanesta absolutely loves holding people accountable sometimes, and you see why right there. That's a beautiful job there. I think he got a hold of our editing systems and slowed that video down like multiple times. He made sure we were looking at Johnny Hummel putting his head down as Dakota McFadden sends a lightning rod out into the plaza. D-Mac, one of the few firefighters left who has actually played here at Fluor Field back in 2024. He threw Garrett DeClue at one point, and man alive, they just keep getting lumber on ball. Another single. D-Mac got put on the sidelines right before the Little Rock series. And since then, he's really found his groove. Done a nice job swinging the bat here for Val Perez's group. Hitting well over 300 now, 333 to be exact, and that's going to continue to go up as Mason Maxwell steps in. And if there's anybody that firefighter fans should be bragging about, it's this guy right here. The 11th round pick for the Fire and Flames in the last Banana Ball player draft last November. He's hitting 355, 11 hits, and in 4 of his last 6 contests on the World Tour, he has at least 2 hits and hit his first homer in Albuquerque. He has been unbelievable for this team in a pick where there were some people doubting him, maybe even including some people in the organization. And boy, he has absolutely proven everybody wrong. Has moved full-time to first base as he sends that one into the streets of Greenville for a 2-2 count. Moving full-time to first base is not an easy thing to do. Just watch Moneyball to find that one out. And he's turning trick plays. He's got 10 on the year as that one moves just inside 3-2 count. Now a ball 4 sprint is on the table. D-Mac maybe not the quickest of feats for the Fire and Flames, but if he gets a ball 4 sprint, likely going to get on over to third. But instead, Mason, Bobby Lede behind the back, Jalen Vasquez with the bare hand. It just goes down as one trick play, but that was sick on the double play. How in the world did he keep his foot on the bag? My goodness, Bobby Lede behind the back, but Jalen Vasquez might have turned the more impressive play there. Catching it with a bare hand and then finding a way to get the out over to first. The fielding talent in this league is impeccable. There's Noah Bridges really trying to hack that one out of this park. He will not do it there. Quickly down 0-2. Firefighters with 7 singles here. David Griffin, all right between the legs. Beautiful job from the starting pitcher to get a trick play. That's now their 3rd. They take a quick 3-2 lead in the trick play column. And the Firefighters and Clowns still scoreless here in Greenville.
And not only do we have Jacob, but we have Firefighters pitcher Jared Donaldson up in the suite. He is going to throw a bunch of water balloons into Jacob's pants. But you know what? Let's make this a competition. Jarius, who you got over there?
Yo, what's up, guys? I got Heart with me, and we got Vinny upstairs, and we ready to beat y'all. So let's go.
They got nothing on us, Jacob. Whoever can catch more water balloons in their pants is the winner. On your mark, get set, go!
Go! Come on! Catch him! Come on! Come on! That's 1, 2, 3! Come on! Let's go!
Jacob is on fire right now. Oh no!
How many is that? 4! 6! 7!
He's just letting them rip right now.
8! Come on! 9! 10! 11! Come on!
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop wetting your pants.
Please stop. All right, Jacob's pants are wet, but you know what? Jarius, how'd you do over there?
Man, we got 15. How many you got?
15, that's not too bad, but Jacob and Jared over here got 23. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Wet Your Pants.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the plate for the Clowns, a North Greenville University alumnus, number 2, Jalen Vasquez.
Boom, and we're back playing Banana Ball. Vasquez, hot shot, EJ between the legs, and he'll do it himself. No trick play, though. The ball never transferred hands. EJ trying his best. It was a tough one either way. It was a nice job by him to get the out. And already we're going through the second trip in the order. Joe Gray Jr. earned himself a ball four sprint in his first plate appearance. Dalton Cornet trying his darndest to get that one framed up, won't do the job. By the way, if you're watching around Banana Ball right now, we're the first game up, but we are not the first game, or not the only game today, excuse me, is Joe Gray. High into the sky. Dalton Cornet chasing. Do the fans have a chance? No. I saw people getting out of the way of that. We're gonna have to hold them accountable. I'm gonna need Reggie Horton to get down here from New York City and start holding people accountable. Off the shoulder. Need him to give 110%, locked in, tapped in. We were saying in the first inning, Joe Gray Jr. is a true cowboy. Again, maybe a little surprised he wasn't with the Texas Tailgaters, given the fact this dude's an actual rodeo guy, and boy, he lassos that one into left field, a base knock. So his first two plate appearances have been darn good. Ball four sprint and a single. Hey, JBJ.
Now batting number 19, Jackie
Yes, he is the man.
Jr.
Jackie Bradley Jr. with his league-leading 18 hits. Stepping on in. Struck out his first plate appearance in his return back to Greenville. See with a runner on if he can do something a little more damaging. Joe Gray Jr. off for second, throw into the dirt, and that one will not be in time at all. And Mr. Gray is on the second with one out. Both teams being aggressive here. We saw a hit and run situation for the Firefighters, and they worked that to perfection. Already a steal of first base applied for Joe Gray. Let me land the plane I was flying earlier as B-Webb goes again low. We are not the only game going right now. The Savannah Bananas and Party Animals at Yankee Stadium just about to throw the first pitch here in a few moments, and then in Amarillo in just about 30 minutes, the Texas Tailgaters and the Loco Beach Coconuts about to do some throwing down in the Lone Star State. Inside, B-Webb wanted it. It's a 3-0 count. Gonna have to find something here. Mason Maxwell is doing a dance. Rightfully so. He's got some rhythm, and that one is in there for a strike. Both teams scoring 3 runs in the top and bottom of the first, excuse me, then a clean second. Clowns threatening here in the third as Jackie Bradley Jr. did not like his decision to swing at that one. B-Webb works it full. Ball four sprint scores Joe Gray. Anything else? It's potential that the Firefighters get out, and it's a ball four sprint, and it was right there. Bradford Webb really wanting it. But Andrew Gerard says no thank you, and so it's an RBI ball four sprint, and Joe Gray's around to score again. Oh yeah. Break out the old school classics here.
see how you can hate from outside.
The Gap
Next
Man
up, number 7.
making an appearance in Banana Ball. Outstanding. Girl, you've got me up. Exciting. Makes me want to shout. Bobby Leday made a lot of people want to shout in the first inning, an RBI double. Dropped a bomb on the Firefighters. It's quickly followed by another one from Nico Holsizer. That one, a 2-run home run. B-Webb, again, having to try to get out of some danger. 1-1 count. This is a guy who, when he figures his stuff out and he gets confident in himself and he knows what he's throwing, he becomes unhittable. It's the reason why he became the ace of the Fire and Flames last year, and that's a good pitch. Bobby Leday offers at it and misses everything. There's a reason why they started in Game 1 of the World Tour semifinals, and he delivered. That one fouled back. 6 scoreless innings, 4 strikeouts against the Savannah Bananas, a team that had beaten the Firefighters last year all but 3 times on the World Tour. Day not offering there. He would need an or to try to hit that one. Count back to 2-2. B-Webb's got a nasty cutter as well that when it's right where it needs to be, it's just so tough to find. As Leday high into the sky, South Trimble. The Magic Man underneath, trick play opportunity, and gets it with the tip drill. JBJ will move over to second because of that, but it is the 3rd trick play for the Firefighters, and they do need that to try and deny that equalizer point to the Clowns. So Smoke on the board in the TPOs, and now we're shaking mullets. Everybody shaking mullets. Bradford Webb, Joe Lytle, Blake O'Hare in the booth, Ashley Tosh over operating the board. We're all just having fun shaking our mullets for Joe Lytle. Again, one of the Firefighters that was here for that magical 2024 win for the Fire and Flames in round 1 of showdowns against the Party Animals. That's a laser beam out to right field. South looks at that one go off the wall. It'll be an RBI. Jackie Bradley Jr. in, a double for Joe Lytle, and the Fire and Flames giving up damage again. They cannot extinguish the circus right now. Joe Lytle doing damage against his old team. Malachi Mitchell, Flash the Kid, on at second base, the designated runner, and Nico Holsizer, who had a 2-run homer in his first appearance, looks at one going into the dirt as Flash races towards third, goes around it just for a hair, and then goes back. B-Webb really got to find some way out of danger here as he goes back inside. One of the things, he's trying to go back to more of a relaxed wrist rest when he's going into his windup. It's what he's done the last couple of years. It's really led to a lot of success here in Banana Balls. He loads that one in there for a strike. He told me a couple of days ago, there's been some times where it's just, you're thinking sometimes too much on what you got to do. And sometimes you just got to throw. That's when he's been the most successful, and look at that. Nice little mover, fools Nico Holsizer, and he works it back to a 2-2 count. Throwing it into the dirt, and now 3-2 count. Ball 4 sprints gonna walk in, the 3rd run of the inning and the 6th run of the game for the Clowns. Really need something to go his way, and a pop-up might just do the job. South Trimble racing in, Tyner Hughes there as well. South just pulls it in the old-fashioned way. Might have needed a trick play there, but gets the 3rd out. But 2 more runs come across for the Indianapolis Clowns. Firefighters got their work cut out for them. Let's send it on down to Bananas Foster with Casey Barker.
Across the United States, there are over 400,000 children and teens in foster care without a permanent home. To raise awareness and support this community, we created Bananas Foster, the official nonprofit of Banana Ball. Our organization is dedicated to celebrating those in the foster care community while educating and inspiring others to get involved. Tonight, we are celebrating the Murphy family. Jenna and Carter began their foster care journey 4 years ago by welcoming in a set of brothers, followed by another sibling set just 6 months later. Once reunification was no longer an option, they pursued adoption to keep the siblings together. Since 2022, they have welcomed all of the children from the other families in, as well as adopted all 4 long-term kiddos within their home. Fans, please help us celebrate this incredible family for making a difference right here in your community.
This is what Banana Ball is truly all about. The great folks here at Bananas Foster doing everything they can to help out so many great people in the foster care community. Text BUNCH to 50155 to help out so many families that have been impacted by the foster care community. Montgomery was the last time, the first time really, that these two teams played, and they scored and hit a lot. Noah Bridges' home run in the first game. They went monster shots too. Tiny, big run here. That completed a 4-run comeback over the Indianapolis Clowns. Jalen Vasquez, walk-off winner on night 1. And then night 2, they were just as good. There was a 9-run inning for the Fire and Flames. All in total, on March 20th or 21st and 22nd, they combined for 58 runs, 52 hits, and the Firefighters broke a single-game Banana Ball record with 22 runs in a game. That was on night 2 in Montgomery at the Riverwalk. Now, the one pitcher who seemed to have the number of anybody on those couple of days is the man who joins us on the mic in the mound right now, David Griffin, one of the best starting pitchers in the sport. David Griffin, welcome to the Mic'd Up Club, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me.
How you feeling down there?
Feeling good.
Loads one up. Tyner Hughes swinging.
Not by the poker table.
It will not be on the poker table. Eli Payton swinging and sliding into the fences. David Griffin against the Firefighters. 3 innings, scoreless Banana Ball, just 1 hit in a ball 4 sprint, and guess what? 5 strikeouts. And maybe the coolest play you've had in Banana Ball is you load one up, that goes into the dirt. That comebacker is still one I think about to this day, David. Tiny, that's foul.
I know, hey, I'll tell you what, my dad was a hockey goalie growing up, played in college. So all the goalie training, I can't take credit for that.
What did he say when you texted him about it?
About time he did something cool. He was at the game.
Was he really?
Yeah, so I pointed to him in left field. Him and my mom made the trip out.
That's incredible. So what you're saying is that you were playing the wrong sport. You should have been a goalie.
Oh, no, absolutely not. I was doing snow angels on the ice.
How insane is your father then? Because that's like a psychotic position to play in sports. As Tyner rips that one. Eli Payton through the legs. Over to Corral. Prime behind the back for a double trick play.
Hey, that's 2. That's 2.
That is 2. Hey, our firefighter of the night is coming up.
Escorting him to the plate is our firefighter of the night, Lieutenant Frankie Jeter. Frankie began his career in 1991 at the age of 19 and has proudly served your community at the Greenville City Fire Department for 35 years. Fans, please make some noise for our firefighter of the night, Lieutenant Frankie Jeter.
A last name that fits a baseball park and service that fits the firefighters. A salute to Lieutenant Frankie Jeter of the Greenville Fire Department. David, you were just saying your grandfather is a firefighter. There it is. David, you were just talking about it. Your grandfather, firefighter. Hold on.
I got to do this real quick.
3-2-2.
Say it out loud.
Right now. 4. Stop.
Well, that's a screamer, and it's foul. David Griffin, did you do anything like 3-2-2s in your indie ball or pro ball career?
No, absolutely not. But hey, shout out to Michael Jackson. I played in Gary for 2 years, so.
It's a very good point. 1-1 count to DC3, right back up the middle.
You got JP Jesus, come on now.
Chance for JBJ, you bet. Not a trick play, but that's just as impressive getting out there. David Griffin, what is it like to have a World Series champion as your teammate?
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, I grew up in Boston, so I idolized Jackie, watching him. There was times where I was in the center field bleachers in college with my buddies, and that guy was patrolling center field.
Did you tell him any stories of you being a fan?
Oh, yeah, he knows.
Did you meet him when you were a fan?
No, I wish.
Oh, there you go. Inside on Logan Lacey, who is the most hit by pitch batter in the Firefighters lineup, so.
Honestly, I thought it was Peanut because I drilled him last time.
There you go. Did you drill him in Montgomery? I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah.
So it's 3 base runners then. That one a little outside. What has the first couple of months for you in Banana Ball been like? You've pitched at a major league park. You've been in the open. What has this journey been like for you, David?
Oh, it's been crazy. It's been an unbelievable experience. Get to have fun with it, put smiles on people's faces, and put on the show.
You guys had one of the coolest comeback stories a couple of weekends ago in Charleston. 2-2 count. Into the dirt. Lacey's going for first. And they'll stand up easily with a steal of first. You're so good at this, but it can be tough to be a pitcher sometimes in the sport, can't it?
Oh, here's the thing. I want to get mad, but I've been hanging my breaking ball, so if I yank it, I yank it.
Love that attitude. Kind of is what it is sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes a blind squirrel finds a nut.
By the way, David Griffin has played in a load of different leagues. From an old-timers league at some point where you were pitching with guys like Tim Wakefield.
Oh, yeah. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to the legend. That had to have been some, like, pinch-me moments, right? It's a heck of a throw down by Joe Lytle. The masked umpire says we're all set. There had to be some pinch-me moments, though, when you're pitching with guys like that, some of the legends of the sport.
They're not chasing? All right. But yeah, no, I mean, get to play with Pedro, that was really cool, stuff like that. I'm about to groove this middle. Psych.
I was about to say, you fooled me! I was waiting, I was about to shout to EJ, middle!
That's a strike.
It is a strike. Safe harbor rule will ensure that EJ does not get a second strike on him. Remember, one of the rules, step out of the batter's box, it's a strike. Clowns have had that for them in the form of Mac Danton. EJ right back up the middle. Reminiscent of what we saw in Montgomery, but that time just a little out of the range of David Griffin.
Hey, as long as I don't walk in, I'm cool with it.
That's correct. I want to tell you about the work ethic of a guy like Mr. Griffin here. He wasn't drafted into the major leagues. This dude worked himself through indie ball into an opportunity with the New York Mets organization. That is the heart of this guy. It's a hockey mentality, really. It's that Massachusetts vibe in you. Armando, chopper, prime in between the legs. David Griffin, out number 3, and the Clowns get a point. Oh my goodness, David. Little handspring action.
Got it.
That was sick. Hey, David, thanks for doing this, brother. Appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all.
Hey, we'll talk soon here. David Griffin wins the first point of the evening for the Indianapolis Clowns. Let's get home on the field.
To this mic'd up session.
I think I got a pitch mic'd up. I got a pitch mic'd up at this point.
And you know what? All we want to do at the end of those days is just go home. Well, we got 2 couples right here who are going to show you just how. These 2 fellas, Dylan and Dylan, are going to race all the way to first. And once they get to first, they're going to smooch their ladies. They're going to take their ladies and race all the way to second. And then they're going to pick up their ladies, carry them from second to third. And then the ladies are going to bring it on home and carry the fellas on into the bed. All right, we like to call this one Getting Home. Fellas, are you ready? On your mark. Get set. Go! And they're off, ladies and gentlemen. Dylan is getting tight. It's tight. Oh, and there's a smooch for the ages. Oh, Dylan wants to give it us a little more. He's giving them a head start all the way to second. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. And here she's on his back. Dylan, come on, take us to third. Come on, bring us on home. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's not even close. Oh, come on, here we go, switching it up. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, come on, Dylan, bring it on home. Bring it home, come on.
Well, that looked like it could really hurt. Throwing a potential significant other onto an air mattress might not feel so comfy. We get home. It's a 1-0 game in favor of the Indianapolis Clowns as Bradford Webb goes out for his 4th inning of work here. He's given up 5 runs, but he's kept the Firefighters in it, but so has the offense. They really need something to go their way here. The trick plays right now are heavily in favor of the Indianapolis Clowns. It's a 6-3 count. Some soft contact would do the Firefighters wonder. B. Webb against the absolute veteran and Carell Prime, and that's foul just by an inch. Prime's got a home run to his count this year. And Joe, it's fouled just by a gnat's nose. He is flirting with that line. Let's take a look at this. Oh yeah. It's a good call there by our left field umpire, Toby So. John Crosser is over at third base tonight. He put the hands up immediately. So what could have been centimeters away from a hit 2 times in a row is now an 0-2 count and a foul again. Right to Peanut. Couldn't get a trick play on it, really wanted it. Tried to go between the legs after the catch. That won't work, Nut. But a great swing from Prime, just better defense. Right to Peanut. And out number 1 recorded. So hello, Mr. Chris Burgess. This is a guy who, number 1, is taking after Dan Obers with this split jersey action here. But number 2 has been mighty effective with the bat in his hands for the Clowns. Started the season when we got to Montgomery, he was hitting well above 500. It's calmed it down now to just a 333 healthy average. But a 444 on-base percentage shows he does have a patient AB. Hit by a couple of pitches and some ball 4 sprints to the count of 4 of them bad boys. Only 2 strikeouts, or excuse me, 4 strikeouts, so basically breaking even there. B. Webb going into the dirt, making a 2-2 count. Burgess was a former unsigned or undrafted free agent signee with the Baltimore Orioles in 2019. Perhaps he might have crossed paths with our Lamar Sparks, who was also a Baltimore Orioles draft pick in 2017. He's got a twin brother named Brenton. He was previously drafted by the Texas Rangers in 2016, then the New York Yankees. Into the seats. Anybody want a shot at that one? We'll play on. Britton actually signed with the Atlanta Braves the same day that Chris got his deal with the Baltimore Orioles. See, twins should do everything together. But that time, B. Webb gets him a strikeout. Give the salute and a point to the sky. Big one for that tooth-picked beauty out of Charlotte Courthouse, Virginia. Sometimes, man, you just need that high heater. It's what Javon Ray was so successful at last week in the Banana Ball Open when he had 4 punch-outs. And B. Webb, all of a sudden, you could see maybe in this inning starting to find a little confidence in that high fastball. Makes Chris Burgess have to offer, and he misses. Eli Payton missed on the first pitch, does not there. Talk to this guy on the opening panel of the Banana Land at Sea, Cruz. Well-spoken guy, hit by like 38 pitches at Grand Canyon University. So to say he will lean in is an understatement. Had like the record for the school at some point. Pain is gain, isn't it? Popped up, Logan Lacey, running for all he's worth. Can DC3 find it? Oh, he almost ran right into Lacey. Maybe a little lack of communication. He's smiling at Lacey. He's asking, I was supposed to get that one, man. Let's take a look at the replay. At the last second, Lacey matrixing out of the way of that one. Oh, Logan Lacey. Well, live to fight another day. The Mr. Brightside of that one is it's a 1-2 count for the Firefighters, Bradford Webb. Got a couple of strikeouts, make it 3! And what a response for the All-Star. After giving up 5 runs in the first 3 innings, he comes back and gets a couple of strikeouts in the 4th inning. Clean sheet for B-Webb. And hey, everybody, would you like to do a little hey baby? Because we're about to do it in Greenville. Chat, get on up.
Put your hands in the air because right now it's time for a little hey baby. You better be clapping those hands. You ready to wave them? You look great, Greenville. Time to get some steps in.
Chat, what's up? When I saw you walking down the street, I got up to something out in me. Blake, I'll let you wear the fire jacket if you want in. I'm gonna make you my whole life. Here we go. Getting my cardio in. I wonder if I'm on the video board. No, not yet. So I got time with you guys here on the broadcast. Hey!
Greenville, give yourselves a big round of
Sound good, America. Blake O'Hare, Debbie Downer, didn't want to do this with us. Ridiculous. I'm hurting right now, man. Hurting quite a bit. But I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna rally. I'm gonna rally here. Whew. How does Jesse do this all the time, man? He does this everywhere. He's been doing it for like 18 years. It might be like the marathon he runs every day or something. I don't know. All right, I'm back. I'm good to go. Probably should turn the lights off here. If Gimme, Gimme, Gimme is playing, it must mean one thing. My friend Caden Green is at the plate. What a beautiful slider from David Griffin. Works right from the lead shoulder into the strike zone. Fools you anytime. Peanut swinging over that one. Caden Green extending his hit streak to 8 straight games on the World Tour. As he is able to get a good eye on that one. The guy just gets on base. He's gritty. He doesn't have to swing for power to be effective. The Firefighters just need a run here to equalize the game, but boy, that won't do. Surprisingly enough, that is the first strikeout of the game for David Griffin. He comes in the 4th inning. Lamar Sparks sent one to the heavens above in his first AB after dancing to Beat It by young Michael Jackson. I shouldn't say young now, he's dead. That took a little turn there. He's got a movie now. Did you know that? Michael. Heard the reviews were horrible. I need to go see it myself. Lamar wanted that one bad. This is a guy who hit a home run in Albuquerque that I don't think has landed yet. Might be soaring above the comets and stars still. He got the eye on the bender there, but that slider is just a thing of beauty from David Griffin. You watch batting practice, though, between Lamar and Darian McDowell. Man, it was a sight to behold as David wanted that one bad. He might have had a point. But Andrew Gerard saying, nope. But you know what? He'll get it there. Back-to-back K's swinging for David Griffin. And one of the top pitchers starting on the bump we have in this sport is finding his groove. I don't know why Gage Voorhees has thrown a flag. He was an earth earlier. And by the way, he proved that the earth is round in that intro for Jackie Bradley Jr. as Joe Gray on the tip drill. He dropped it. He almost swatted at it like it was a tennis racket. And Dakota McFadden's going to get all the way to second on that. And the Fire and Flames are threatening with 2 away. A mistake in the field might be a tough one to overcome. So now Mason Maxwell. Could he have something in store for us here? Screamer off the end of the bat, goes foul into the backstop. He had the game-winning hit for the Firefighters against the Texas Tailgaters in Game 2 with Scottsdale. Stuck one right by the outstretched glove of Kyle Martin and Mac Danford. And that's all the Firefighters needed. He's really shortened his approach up a little bit as he fouls another one back. But he's a guy that's been okay operating in an 0-2 count. A couple of his hits, big hits, have come with that. Firefighters need it. Mason stays alive. Kirkland Banks trying to catch one behind the back. It wouldn't have counted because it's off the netting. And he's not playing. He might hear it a little bit though. Mason sneaks one into the outfield. Firefighters might win it. D-Mac would have to get the wheels going. Mason, did he offer? Yes, he did! John Crosser punches him out on the check, and a runner gets to second on a missed trick play. Mason doesn't agree with it. It doesn't matter. 3 Ks for David Griffin in the inning. Let's take a look at the replay. Oh, the club head might have gotten just a hair in front. It's bang, bang. That's a tough one for Mason Maxwell, but it is a strikeout. 3 in the inning for David Griffin as we get some hits to show you here, and it's been every hit in the book you could possibly see here for both of these teams. Firefighters were down 3-0 in the first inning and then came back with 6 singles. Nico Holsizer, the loudest hit so far today. Nico took the mic too. Michael Schwartz, don't let him take the mic from you again. I know you're down on the field, you can hear me on that one. As we get a beautiful shot here of Greenville, South Carolina, we say hello to one of the newest additions to the Indianapolis Clowns, the legendary, and I do mean legendary, folks, out of Philadelphia, Monet Davis. Monet, how are you in the booth?
Great day. Fans are very loud. And, you know, it's a great baseball game. You know, low scoring, lots of hits, but it's great for the fans.
You have been through a lot here in your early days so far in Banana Ball. Got it out in your first appearance with the Clowns against the Coconuts, and then you watched the Clowns sweep the Coconuts and get into the Banana Ball Open with less than a 7% chance.
Yeah.
How would you describe the first couple of weekends here in the sport?
It's as banana as it gets, I should say. But, you know, I like to say at the time I was a good luck charm along with Ryan Howard. It was his first time coaching as well. And, you know, we were putting up hits, just everything, doing everything. And then, you know, with Ryan Howard not there, we lost to the Bananas in the Open, but it's all good. We're trying to get back on path.
Hey, you know what? Anytime you can find a way to get a win when you're there, you just claim it.
Yeah, honestly.
And you were you played in the game too, so
yeah, true.
We can put that there too. So, Monet Davis in the booth as the Indianapolis Clowns lead at 1-0 here. Firefighters and the Clowns living up to their name of being 2 teams that can absolutely smack the ball. That one goes into the skies and then in the seats of Greenville. What has been the biggest adjustment for you coming from baseball? You played, obviously, college softball at Hampton University. What's been the biggest adjustment to banana ball?
Honestly, as a pitcher, just working fast, keeping the hitters completely off balance. You know, just getting the ball right on the mound and just going from there and knowing what you're going to throw. So just the speed of the game.
Right now, Bradford Webb has adjusted and then some. He's got 3 straight strikeouts going back to the last inning, and all of a sudden, the All-Star very much looks like it. Jalen Vasquez coming in. Were you watching when he hit the game-winning home run against us in Montgomery?
No, I wasn't. I don't know where I was, but no, I did not watch that one.
I can tell you where I was. Down in the dumps, because the Firefighters lost, but Jalen Vasquez, North Greenville player, actually had a game at Fluor Field. It was supposed to be his off day, but then actually got put in the game and had a sacrifice fly. So even on his off days, the guy's productive. Look at that, EJ into the sky. collects it for the out. That has to be the most annoying thing as a player, isn't it?
It sucks, honestly, especially when you piece it up and you're like, yes, I got a hit, and it just, yeah, right at a player. Just small adjustments, though. Can't really complain.
Joe Gray, boy, he's had a heck of a game, hasn't he? Ball four sprint and a single in his first 2 plate appearances.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked with him throughout the week. We hit together, and I kind of just tell him, just go up there and swing. You know, you've worked all your life as a baseball player. You know what you should do, so just go swing, get out your head, and just be Joe Gray.
Who's the craziest teammate you have? Joe Gray has played shirtless many a times and is an actual cowboy. Fisher Polydorov is from the 1920s. Like, Joe Lytle is just Joe Lytle. I don't even know how to describe him. Who's the craziest teammate you have here on the Clowns? Not in a bad way, by the way.
I would say the most interesting is definitely Fisher. I feel like he just pulls out facts from, I don't know, like, it's like, how do you know that? Why do you know that? So I'd definitely say Fisher for sure.
The amount of instruments he can play, number one, is just, it's insane.
Yeah,
but
great kid, though.
He is a good dude.
I'd also throw in Kobe Robinson.
Ooh, Kobe. Okay.
He's like one of those, like, he's kind of a rage baiter, but he doesn't like being rage baited back.
Oh, okay. So he can dish it out. He can't take it.
Yeah.
Joe Gray, that one hitting off our umpire, Andrew Gerard. Ouch! He also had one of the coolest entrances we've seen so far in 2026, Space Jam in Montgomery. That was sick. Is there a song or a thing you've wanted to do for a walk-up here so far? Have you had your brain turning yet, Monet?
Nah, not really.
Okay.
I'm still getting, pretty comfortable with just dancing on the field. So
hey, you had a little dance with JBJ down there earlier.
Yeah, I did. That's because I actually really took the time to learn it. But I just know that, once I get comfortable, that I'm just going to just tell him, just throw me out there and just let me have fun. But I haven't really thought about a walk-up yet. I told Joe Gray if he gets 5 walk-ups, then I would do my first one. 5
walk-ups for Joe Gray. Bradford Webb not going to go for the trick play, just fires that one in, and the side is retired. So 2 straight clean innings here for Bradford Webb as we welcome you back up here inside the Dispatch Center. Again, for those of you who don't know, it's Little League World Series champion Monet Davis. I remember watching her when I was in high school, and she was striking people out with 70-mile-an-hour heaters as a teenager. To see how far this has come, though, for you, to be in a league like this, to be in the Women's Pro Baseball League, how much has this just shown the growth of women in this sport?
It's shown a lot. I know growing up, I was always one of the only girls in my area playing sports in general. So for me to come out here to play with, all the other women in the Banana League, and then also all the women in the Women's Professional League is just insane. Just to see all the little girls that are playing baseball now, and it's just crazy to see how far the sport has come for women in such a short amount of time.
Since you've been here, what have you been asked about more, the Little League World Series or being an actual member of the Clowns?
Definitely Little League.
There it is.
I feel like a lot of kids come up to me and like, hey, my parents watched you in Little League, and I'm like, dang, your parents? Like, it wasn't that long ago, but definitely Little League for sure.
Does it make you feel old? I hope it doesn't, because
Not really.
I'm 31. I should feel old.
Not really.
Let's look at some of these strikeouts here from the night. Bradford Webb and David Griffin have really found their groove. You're a pitcher. When you can start moving and grooving like this, where you know that high heater is working, how good does that feel, Monet?
It feels amazing, especially because you can really throw whatever you want at whatever time you want. So I feel like both pitchers, once they started to get into their rhythm, kind of going at their own pace, but also keeping the hitters off balance, they were really able to, do whatever they want out there.
Why is David Griffin so effective?
I think he's just so passionate.
Yeah.
I had breakfast with him last week, and just asking about his pitches, and he's so passionate about it, and he just loves to compete.
Yes.
And he has so many different pitches in his arsenal that he's able to just do whatever he wants.
He's an unbelievably locked-in soul. He was on the mic with us a little bit ago. I mean, I'd ask him questions. I have to wait 30 seconds for him to answer because he's concentrated and he's locked in as he goes back out for his 5th inning of work. Monet, you want to stay around for this half inning?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. How about it? So the Firefighters will send Noah Bridges up, and then we'll go back to the top of the order. Noah sans his Dalmatian costume that we saw the last time we faced the Indianapolis Clowns. By the way, it's the most banana ball thing you've ever seen. He goes up in a Dalmatian costume and then hits a big walk-off inning-winning home run. So just be prepared. That might be in your future.
Hopefully it's not hit on me.
By the way, we've got a legend from Philly here in South Carolina in Monet Davis. Just a couple hours down the road, there's another legend from Philly in South Carolina by the name of Don Staley.
Yes.
Don, if you're listening, please come to a game.
Yes, please come.
Who doesn't love Don Staley? Maybe Gino or Ian. Probably shouldn't have said that. 1-1 count. Monet, you're going to learn quickly. There's a lot of things I'll say up here.
It's all right.
I hope so. It's a 1-1 count to Noah. When he's swinging the bat confidently, he can put himself in any position. He had a home run in Montgomery, a triple on night 2. He's the only guy I've ever seen in Salem, Virginia, and I grew up there for 20 years of my life. Hit a ball to dead center over a 20-foot fence. That won the game for the Firefighters over the Tailgaters just a summer ago. David Griffin in a 3-1 count. Really hasn't issued a ton of free passes tonight, and he won't do it right there as Noah goes into the seats. Monet, did you go to any Banana Ball games before you signed with us?
I was there in Tallahassee.
Were you really?
I just had a hood on.
What did you think?
Honestly, it was insane. You hear all about it, but when you're actually in it, you're speechless. You don't know what to say.
Truly is insane. Especially the football stadium games, but you guys will be playing here not too far in the future. Right back up the middle. That is a sharp one out to JBJ, and Noah Bridges is aboard. Beautiful, dreamy swing for a dreamy man. The Firefighters could get the game-tying point across here if Tyner Hughes can do something. Talked about it here before, but Tiny, one of the most aggressive leadoff guys we've seen. I don't know if there's been a game where he's looked at the first pitch he's seen. He will there, though, and it would have been a nice one to swing it to strike. Noah was moving and probably going to get to second, but Tiny fouled that one off, and just like that, it's an 0-2 count.
I have realized as I'm watching games, as a pitcher, you cannot let the first batter on.
Yeah, as a pitcher, this is probably the toughest sport you've played as a pitcher, wouldn't it?
Honestly, yeah. You let that first batter on, they steal, and you throw 4 balls, and they score, and the inning's over.
Especially if you've had a clean inning in the top half, it's so tough. As Tyner Hughes, rare strikeout for the leadoff hitter of the Fire and Flames. David Griffin is absolutely rolling right now. It's his 4th K of the game. That's a beautiful slider. Fools Tiny. So now DC3, a guy who has had powerful swings in the history of not just his Banana Ball career, but his Firefighter career. Won the last time we played on a weekend in showdowns over the Party Animals. David Griffin, I think, checked about 10 times on Noah to make sure he didn't go. Bo the Beaver is on a 28-foot ladder on the right side of the field. Noah's going, Dalton swinging, that's a laser, but foul. My heart stops every time it goes to the fans.
You know, I don't think I've seen a fan catch a foul ball since I've been here.
Oh, you're in for a treat when it happens. The first one of the Firefighter season happened against the Clowns, so who knows, it might happen again as DC3 Matrix is out of the way of that one. It's a 2-1 count. Inside, Noah trying for 2, and he's gone down. That's a heck of a throw from Joe Lytle. And that's 2 down on a 3-1 count, too. Oh, my goodness, folks. We are in for a treat. Maybe. Maybe not. We play on. DC3 out to right field. If Noah was still on, that might have won him the inning. Out to the track. He'll go. Oh, he's going for 3. Stumbled going around second. It doesn't matter. Sliding triple. Kirkland Banks trying to deke him out and see if he can get him off third. And now look at this. Firefighters. You have to think, what if Noah doesn't get picked off? That's the inning-winning hit right there, Monet.
Yeah, that's insane.
Isn't it?
It's one of those, though, you just kind of eat it and then just move on to the next one.
But they have to have it here. with 2 outs. Logan Lacey's got to get aboard for the Firefighters to tie this game. Hello, Chariots. Outside, ball 1. Lacey has been a little tough in game 1s. Only had 1 hit so far in a game 1 this year. He is much more consistent in game 2, but already had himself a base knock here tonight. A ball 4 sprint would do the job. It's a 2-1 count. Monet, you learned any trick plays yet?
Yeah, I did. So I take some fly balls in the outfield, getting ready for the WPBL, and they taught me the behind the back. So I kind of learned that. I got it 2 to 3 times during practice.
That's an awful tough one, too.
It's very tough. I don't know why they taught me that instead of the pop instead.
Yeah, like a tip drill would have been probably the way to go, but you play on. Lacey just stays alive. Again, it's that high pitch that is just so enticing to offer at. You can see the earpiece on Logan. Might be a sign of something. We'll wait to see. 2-2. Lacey. Oh, he just fouled it off. We've had a couple of things decided by centimeters here tonight. Correll Prime had 2 singles or doubles robbed of him by just a couple of inches down the line. Now this inning stays alive because of it. Lacey, hard hit, center field, JBJ is there. And the Firefighters cannot bring the runner home from third. Monet, pleasure to have you up here. Let's do this again a couple times here throughout the season. We'll send you down there. Look forward to seeing you this weekend.
Thank you, I appreciate it. This is the first of many.
That's the first of many.
I'll be back.
The legend of Monet Davis here. Let's go down to Family Soul Train on the field.
Come on, come on. I got 2 families here, and it's time to see which family has the most soul. Family number 1, come on. Come on, come on. They're running, they're running, they're running. We got the train set up, and it is time to see which family has the most soul. Family number 1, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. DJ, hit it. Come on. Hey, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, oh. Sing on the head. Woo. Come on. Come on. Come on, Dad. Come on. Come on. All right. All right. Yeah. All right. Come on. Come on. All right, all right, all right. That was cool. Family number 2, are you ready? Oh, I guess he's ready. So DJ, hit it. Come on. Woo, come on. Come on now. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All right. All right. All right, come on, mama. Come on, mama. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, Dad. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Dad. 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 All right. All right, come on, come on, come on. Now, fans, it is your time to decide who the winner is. Well, all right. Is it family number 1? Or is it family number 2? Family number 2, you are the winners. Thank you for playing Family Soul Train. Good job, guys.
So there is a new pitcher on the mound, but first, Logan Lacey, what you know about Soul Train, baby?
What's up, squad?
How you feeling?
Dude, I'm feeling great. The ball is flying.
That was an absolute rocket you hit to JBJ. I'm not sure any other center fielder gets that one.
If I hit anyone, I'd rather hit it to him.
Why?
I mean, dude, he's a legend.
Okay. So if you get out, just get out to JBJ.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll save that one in the memory bank of the Logic there. Javon.
Now we need him to strike out.
That is correct. And the perfect guy to do it is Javon Ray, who steps onto the mound.
Yep.
4 innings of work in the Banana Ball Open was the longest he has gone since Richmond last summer. Logan Lacey was here in 2024 when the Firefighters first visited Greenville, South Carolina. JBJ screamer, peanut diving out, wouldn't get there. Armando catches up to it in center field and limits that to just a single. That's the first hit of Mr. Bradley Jr.'s night tonight. But yeah, you were here in 2024. In fact, July 27th, 2024, you had a pretty important part of that game in showdowns. You were the hitter in round 1 for the Firefighters. Hit one into the corner in right field, and the rest is history, brother.
Yeah, that was a crazy night. Now being out here, I sort of remember it, but dude, it's like a flash.
I was about to say,
you don't remember much.
Has there been any nostalgia coming up for you as we come back here?
Yeah, just hitting. Dude, it's like being in the box reminds me of Fenway, just being back here in 24. Last time I was actually out here, I was Guy Fieri, so I wasn't Logan Lacey. Fun fact.
Some would argue you're still Guy Fieri in soul. Oh, Day off the bag. That's a tough play. It's going to get all the way to the corner. JBJ is on his horse. He might be going for home. He does get the wave around. Lacey, transfer! Not in time. It's a close play, but Bobby Leday, another one. RBI double. Might be the most annoying play for a third baseman when it goes off the bag like that.
Yeah, that don't happen much, but when it does, it's like hats off to him.
Brandon, having some fun. You can do this, can't you? I saw Logan Lacey doing this last night at the hotel after he went to group therapy.
Hey, still the champ at mini golf, by the way.
Were you really?
Challenge me.
Hey, I saw you playing darts out there. You look good.
Yep, and darts. How'd you know about that?
It was on someone's Instagram story.
Oh, okay. Gotta be careful.
Yeah, you gotta be careful who you trust around these parts, huh?
Look at Peanut. He's totally out of it.
Say something to him.
Peanut! Peanut! Yeah, look at me.
Oh, Caden, man, he looks hurt right now. He looks sad.
No, he's out of it.
Can you go give him a hug for me and just tell him I love him?
Oh, look at him.
Oh, now he's...
Say what?
JBJ, look at that. Just a gnat's nose. Barely got that left foot down, but it does get it down before the tag is applied.
Joe might hit it to me.
I hope he does, man. I need to see a trick play out of you. Had a really nice one early on there. Get it between the legs.
Oh, yeah.
Logan, take me through the mindset of that showdowns. I know you told me you were just looking for you were facing Drew Gillespie at the time where Drew was the reigning pitcher of the year in banana ball. You were looking for a fastball. You got it. Maybe not in the exact placement you want, but you had to work with what you got.
I know these guys don't throw me a lot of fastballs, so I got to take advantage of it anytime I see one.
Oh my goodness, right back to Javon. Won't count as the trick play, but he does get the out. How many times are we gonna hit one back to Baby G, man?
The reflexes are good still.
Dude, he's taken one right off the Rays, potentially. Then took one off the face in Albuquerque, and now gets one right back to him.
Yep. He passed every concussion protocol, though. He's good.
Yeah, he might have lost a tooth or two.
Yeah.
But that night, 2024, you round third as Nico Holsizer swings big and misses. And then Marshall Schill able to get that one out. You guys win it. Take me through the mindset of what that team was like that night after that important of a win. It was a win in which
I remember
was the final game of the year.
I actually, when I hit the fastball, I was like, oh my gosh, I am not in shape to be doing this. Oh yeah.
Nico
sword him.
Swung a sword. Baby G, another strikeout.
But yeah, I do remember I hit the ball and I was like, the grass was kind of thick in the outfield. I was like, all right, I better get on my horse because right field's shallow. And I know when I was rounding third, that's when all the base runners get most nervous till they see the ball, and I knew I was going to be safe. All right, trick play right here.
He's called it.
Yep.
Logan Lacey has called a trick play.
What should I do? Between the legs or backflip?
If it's high into the sky, I'd like to see a backflip, but I'll let you determine that.
All right, yeah, you're right. Hard ground ball at me might front flip.
Hey, if you can recreate what you did in Scottsdale, man, I'll take that too.
Oh.
Hey, what happened between you and DC3 on the one over in the Clowns dugout?
Hey, the Clowns formed a formation, so I couldn't even see DC.
They played a zone?
Yeah.
Okay. Corral Prime, runner on third, 1-2 count. Javon trying to get that high heater. Man, when that high heat is there, Logan, it's so tempting to swing, isn't it?
Yeah, especially for Prime. I mean, he's like 6'8".
Yeah. It's tough to get high heat on him. Everything's at the belt.
Oh. Yep, that's the inning.
Chopped. South Trimble, do you got something? Tip drill? Oh, yeah. Call it in for Smoke, his second of the game. Logan Lacey was throwing water balloons with me earlier. Hi, Peanut.
Oh, by the way, don't ever give me a water balloon again. Just saying, if you know, you know, wherever you are.
We'll not throw you under the bus. Logan Lacey, let's do this again sometime soon, brother.
See you, baby. Love
Appreciate you, dude. Love you, too. Go mog it with Peanut.
Yeah.
How about we take a peek at what's going on in this beautiful sport that we call the Banana Ball Championship League tonight? We got a trio of games, and we weren't supposed to. Coconuts and Tailgaters tonight, then tomorrow as well. 8 o'clock start. Party Animals Bananas were supposed to be a Saturday-Sunday affair. Instead, it's a Friday-Sunday affair because Mother Nature hates us. So they're playing right now as we speak at Yankee Stadium. Andy Cosgrove is currently shirtless, so for those of you who would like an update, there you go. By the way, spoiler alert, I'm gonna give you until the count of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bananas are trailing 1-0 as Rack just hit a beautiful rack flip, by the way, in the top of the 4th. But yeah, we got a trio of games. Coconuts, Tailgaters, and Amarillo. Party Animals, Bananas up at Yankee Stadium. Love it. A lot of stuff going on here. So here we go. Firefighters really need something here as Vinny Santarciero gives relief to David Griffin. What a 5 innings it was for the man wearing 15 in blue. But Vinny Sants goes up against EJ. He's got a single and an RBI single tonight. The man would love to hit another homer here at some point. Had his first one with the Firefighters at FSU, and he's been close a couple different times. But right now, a patient approach, and it's a 3-0 count. And if the Firefighters are gonna take advantage, it's in innings like this, where it's just 1 or 0 points up on the board. Inside, EJ earns himself his first ball four sprint of the evening. So 3 plate appearances result in 3 on bases. For EJ, he'll stop at first, give way to Smoke as a designated runner. And now Armando Becerra comes on in. Mondo had a ground into a double play his first time around that did bring in a run that would tie the first inning. It's a 3-run first as you take a look at Vinny Santarciero's numbers. 3-run first inning for the Clowns and then a 3-run inning for the Firefighters right after it. So it was a negated inning. Right now the only points coming in the 3rd inning. 2-run frame for the Clowns. It could not be responded to by the Firefighters. They've only scored in that first frame, by the way. Right now, 1 on the board here. And it's top of the 6th for the Clowns. Armando looks at one that moves inside, didn't like it, doesn't matter. It's no 2 count. What's My Age again, playing from Blink 182 across the stadium. Sometimes we all wonder what our age is. Smoke going for second. Joe Lytle transferred it between the legs, but it wouldn't have counted because Smoke got in safely. And now, runner in scoring position with nobody away. It's a 1-2 count for Armando Becerra. Former Party Animal. 2 hits and 2 ball 4 sprints in the Banana Ball Open for the Firefighters. Really found a groove. And he lashes that one into shallow left center field. Joe Gray Jr. pulls it in. Smoke fakes it and goes back. Clear out, everybody! It's Chief! Good boy! Picks up the bat and brings it home. The only Dalmatian bat dog in the history of the world has done it again. Peanut inside that hit. No, it didn't. In fact, he called a strike. He got a single on the night, but also a strikeout. Really needs something to go his way. Vinny Santarciero looks it back with those duo-colored cleats. I can't talk. Way outside. Smoke halfway to 3rd, then thinks better of it. Joe Lytle's done a heck of a job behind the backstop tonight. again. Punched out. It's a foul. Do the 0-2 again, or excuse me, 1-2, and instead, it's now a 2-2 count. Peanut, he gets one into the outfield. This game is probably tied. A ball for a sprint could do the job as well, and that is on the table. 3-2 count. B4S is bringing on in Smoke. Instead, Peanut chops at this one. Out to right field, Nico Holsizer there. Smoke is going to third. Kirkland Banks lost that ball in the infield. Vinny Santarciero jumped in front of it, collided with South Tremble, who goes back to third. Firefighters have to have this as, oh boy! Look who we have here, folks. It's Fisher Polydorov, Old Sport, coming in with 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. High leg kick for old Mr. Polydorov. We call him Old Knuckles around these parts. Because of that nasty knuckleball, he's got what I believe is a haberdasher on. I think it's a haberdasher. Forgive me if I don't know that word exactly right now. Our country's in a bit of a crisis. Whole McCarthyism thing is a whole big deal. We're doing a lot of stuff. He just plunked Lamar Sparks. A little bit of a cheap one. Oh, there's a donkey on field.
You want to hold her? Yes. Please. Yes. Then you got to try a little tenderness. Chicks love that romantic crap.
Yes, they do love that romantic stuff. My beautiful bride, Logan, of 25 years and 2 score, would agree with the same thing. So now D-Mac, you want to talk about an original here. An OG up at the plate facing one of the original OGs, Fisher Polydorov, just 21 years old, but he's a time traveler as D-Mac hacks at that one. That knuckleball can be so tantalizing. Much like Marilyn Monroe was back in the day. Love her. D-Mac swinging over that one. Fisher Polydorov flirting with a strikeout here. Gave up a home run against the Firefighters. That's a softball pitch, and that one's going to score Smoke. That one gets halfway down to Kirkland Banks, and Lamar puts on the brakes of his Mobile T Ford and goes back to second base. But Dakota McFadden steals first base, and so now there are runners on first and second scoring position. Mason Maxwell comes on up to the dish. Renegade is playing. Good stuff. Another pass ball, and now the runners are on second and third. The Firefighters have a shot to win the inning. Things falling apart here for Fisher. That is a beautiful soul. The instruments that he plays are countless, infinite even. Oh, wind up in the pitch. Mason Maxwell wanted to send that one to the Stars. Instead, it will go foul. It's a 1-1 count. The old stirrups for Fisher. It's good to see the classics being broken out, and that one's into the dirt. Joe Lytle can't find it, and Lamar Sparks is going to come in to score in the Fire and Flames. Somehow, some way, find a way to salvage a point as Mason Maxwell never took the bat off his shoulders and brings us back to the future.
To pop. Pop what? Popsicle. My hands are high, my feet are low, and this is how I popsicle. His hands are high, his feet are low, and this is how we popsicle. Popsicle, pop, popsicle, popsicle, pop.
Popsicle. That's what it is. Good stuff. Michael is with Baby G.
We come into the end of this one. What's the mentality to get this one in the books?
Get ahead. You know, the team stay up. Often is doing their job. Now it's my turn to do my job.
What is your job? How would you define your job to someone?
My job is to throw strikes, give my position players some, the balls to field, and then we dominate.
Best job in the greatest sport in the world.
Yes, totally. You want to know.
Hey,
you understand.
Hey, audience, I got you. Hey, audience, I think you want to see Javon throw. We're going to stay here and watch you throw a little bit.
Michael, you want to stay back behind the mound and just watch him throw?
Zach, how much would you bet if I get hit? Like, you want to get a wager right here?
Well, given the fact that Baby G has had 3 come back up the middle at him throughout the season, I would wager that you're probably going to take one off the noggin here at some point.
Yeah, would you ice it for me?
Probably not. That would be one of our athletic trainers that does the job. Hey, ask Baby G if we're having fun, if we're playing banana ball. Oh, no.
Okay.
Michael's left.
Okay.
Michael's left. Okay.
Okay.
This is, hey, it's the song he created, man. I'm trying to give you something. Michael, I'm giving you gold here. I'm giving you content gold. And you turn it down.
I couldn't hear the song.
Look at you.
What's the song?
We need a ball knower at the sideline reporter now, folks. We need a ball knower. Somebody please tell Michael Schwartz the rules.
I couldn't hear.
If
I couldn't
you
hear.
don't know we're having fun, we play banana ball. You know what's going on tonight by Baby G and Hot Boy Ron. I don't know what to tell you. Michael, see you later. Love that guy. But I think the face paint has fumed into his brains. He's a good boy. So is Baby G. He is an absolute good dude. So Fisher Polydorov comes in, and the Firefighters immediately equalize the game. Chris Burgess tattooed into left center field. Noah Bridges couldn't get to it. Bounces over his head. Armando throwing back in for second, but Burgess well in front of that. And now, every clown in the history of man is on the mound. That would indicate to me that we have something special coming up.
Pinch hitting for the Clowns, #1, Kirkland Banks.
Good job, KB. Don't blame it on the sunshine. We do want to know how to vote. Again, don't like to remind you too much of the clock because A, see it. But B, we're having fun here as KP sends one a mile high. Noah chasing it back. That one is off the wall again. Flash, rounding third. That one gets by Tyner Hughes at second base. Kirkland Banks into second with a double, and now there are runners on second and third with nobody away. And just after the Firefighters found their rhythm on offense, got a point back to tie the game, in danger of blowing it again. But the Clowns have just had a consistent attack at the plate. DC3 sends that one back in. One of the things that we've seen from Javon Ray this year is he's been absolutely incredible at just gritting and grinding some things out. We'll need it here. Dale Francis bounces that one foul. Had a great series in Charleston. 5 hits after having just 4 hits in both February and March combined. Again, they only played one game in February. Still, it helps. DC3 just saved a run. Flailed all about it. This guy, 4 home runs in a game while he's playing at Gardner-Webb. He has psychotic power hitting abilities, but he doesn't there. Javon Ray, lockdown Selly coming at you. Dale Francis sat down. So now Jalen Vasquez with 2 on, both in scoring position, and just 1 away. Dalton Cornet uses the chest to block that one down. How big could this be for the Firefighters if they could just find a way out of the inning? Really gonna have to keep everything in the infield. Javon was incredible last week with things that were high in the zone. When he worked a little bit lower, it was tougher to locate. But once he worked up high, especially with that beautiful fastball he has, got a lot of Texas tailgaters swinging and missing. That one goes outside. A ball four sprint would be the worst thing he could do here outside of giving up a home run or extra base hit. Ball four sprint would easily bring in 2. Run right back up the middle, and that might do the job. Everybody was playing way far back. Peanut couldn't get it on the dive, and that's a 2 RBI single for Jalen Vasquez. So just as soon as the Firefighters tie the game back up, they immediately give themselves more work to have to get out of, and Javon Ray is going to come out of the game in favor of Ben Dunn III. So the reigning pitcher of the year comes back in. And now with 1 away, he's going to have to really work some magic here for the Fire and Flames. Right now, the Clowns really in charge of the equalizer point. Not too many trick plays on the board, just 6 for the Clowns, 4 for the Firefighters. Boy, a double trick play would do wonders here. That one, soft contact. Can EJ find it? No, he can't. It's a tough one to play on. EJ really gave that one a chase, but it won't do the job. But it's still an 0-2 count. Joe Gray right back to the same spot. This time, can EJ find it? Tyner, boy, laid everything on the line there. But Tyner couldn't come up with it, and so we'll play it again. Look at this. Superhuman dive there from Tiny. Almost had a big play. Clock ticking under 20 minutes. 2.5 innings still left to play. Ben Dunn checking back over. The man is the reigning pitcher of the year, in Banana Ball for a reason. Is Jalen goes for second. Logan Lacey. Oh, he gets it over to Tiny, who tried to go between the legs. It goes off the glove of EJ over to Kaz Egan. But Joe Gray well down the first base line, so he won't go for second. So Joe will reach on a fielder's choice. Now Jackie Bradley Jr. going up against Ben Dunn, the World Series champ, going up against the pitcher of the year, the silent silencer of the Firefighters. JBJ right up into right field. Joe Gray turns the corner, going for third. South put a heck of a throw on that one. But Gray gets in there sliding. Lacey couldn't apply the tag in time, and there are runners on the corners and 2 away. And maybe one of... Now Bobby Leday, one of the more dangerous ABs, especially with runners on. Could really blow this thing open here for the Clowns. Goes right back up the middle. Tiny, this could be a trick play right between the legs. So we can count that one in. So the Firefighters get out with just the 2 runs of damage done, but they're gonna have to find a way in the bottom of the 7th to find 2 runs again. And now it's time for the sheet race.
The sheet race. We have the blue sheet, the pink sheet, the brown sheet, and the red sheet. They will be racing around the infield. First one to cross the finish line by home plate will be the winner. Are your sheets ready? On your mark, get set, go! We have the pink sheet taking a quick lead.
I don't even know what to call the first one. I think
but the blue sheet is not far behind. They must keep all the limbs inside the sheet.
Blue. Oh, we've got a faller.
Got the blue sheet down.
Blue has lost his brains.
The red sheet is currently in 3rd place. If you got a red sheet,
he's
you got
cheating.
Some serious problems.
Absolutely nothing going his way. Now Brown is falling. Pink or beige or whatever you call it's gonna have a chance to win. Blue shouldn't count because he's racing without his sheets. Dive it home. That was a dominant one for the dude in the pink sheet. Beautiful stuff on the sheet race. I know all of you at home love that. Man, what a tumble for the guy in blue. And then Brown took a tumble. Andrew Irvine, as you take a look at the replay here, whee, right across the line. Kaz Egan able to bring that one in with the microphone. To now the man who wears 6'7", Andrew Irvine out of Waterloo, Iowa. 5th round pick for the Clowns, and he needs to come up big here for Indianapolis. They've got 2 on in the top of the 7th. If the Firefighters want a shot at this, they really have got to get this inning. Clowns still lead in the trick play equalizer point column, 6-5. It's not insurmountable for the Fire and Flames as Mason fouls that one back, but you want to really do some work in that column, and also you need to find a way to not be down 2 points going into the 9th inning. Mason stares at that one, patient eye. Mason's drawn a couple of ball 4 sprints. Has struck out tonight. Boy, that's a tough one. And Andrew Gerard says it's a good one on the outside part of the black. 2-2, a massive inning. Mason right back up to Andrew Irvine between the legs, and Carell brings it on in. It's a trick play for the Clowns. Their first one since the 3rd inning. So now it's 7-5. And that's the issue with the soft grounding contact, is it invites a lot of trick plays. Noah swings, wanted to send that one to Mars. Instead, it gets sent down to the crust of the earth. We can go back to the sideline there for a bit. Marshall Schill and Christian Dearman are having a lightsaber battle. Really doing their thing. Joe Lytle's frame wouldn't do it. Can Noah find that clutch piece of hitting? Again, that outside part of the plate is getting called. Another 2-2. Ball 3. Ball 4 sprint could really help the cause of the Fighters. Marshall Schill has taken a lightsaber to the back. I believe the war is done. Ball 4 sprint. Again, all 7 fielders behind the pitcher now must touch the banana ball. Noah on his horse. He turned on the jets and got to second. It's a big extra base. So a 2-base ball 4 sprint gives Tyner Hughes a chance to hit with a runner in scoring position. Clutch piece of running for Noah. Tyner, single in his first plate appearance. Grounded out and a strikeout. That's his damage done tonight. The 10th round pick out of the visitors. Could get a big moment here. Instead, he stares at one right on the inside. Go down for a strike. Tiny doesn't offer. Joe had a little trouble finding that one. Maybe trying to deke out. Bridges out on second. Irvine this year, 535 MPI. His ERA elevated, 1350. I'd like to bring that down. The Firefighters could really do some damage on that if they can find a couple here. Tiny sends that one out in front of the building here, and it's a 2-2. Inside. Chin music going for Tiny, and he gets out of the way. 3-2 count. Ball 4 sprint gets the Fighters within 1. Tiny stays alive, or does he? Into the stands. There's been no ruling. John Crosser says no. Clowns are adamant that that was a catch. Let's see a replay. Yeah, that looks like he might have caught that. But so far, don't believe this is challengeable. And Tiny right over to Leday. It gets by him. Into center field. Noah almost got the wave around. He is going to get the wave around. Safe! Tiny he goes to second. Now he's going to third. This is broken down for the Clowns. What is going on? What looked like it might have been a fan-caught foul ball to get out number 2 has resulted in the Fire and Flames getting to third and a run across. As Drew Yanesta, by the way, says, hot soup, hot soup. One got away from Bobby Leday. It's a hard hit one. And now the Firefighters, one run away from tying this inning up. Dalton down the right field line, fair! Ground rule double. It's an RBI. Tiny can just lay down at home. DC 3 over the fence. And by the way, don't want to jinx it. He has a single, he has a triple, and he's got a double now. I'm just saying, golden at bat might very well be in his future. What about Logan Lacey? 10 minutes on the clock. Now the Firefighters have tied the inning up. And they're gonna put Smoke out there as a designated runner. He comes home, Firefighters win the inning, and they win the point. Logan Lacey has tamed the Green Monster at Fenway Park. If he gets a healthy enough swing on this one, he could tame the Greenville Monster too. Instead gets out of the way. Ball 4 sprint would do this thing for the Fighters. Boy, what a twist of fate that would be for the Clowns. What looked like a surefire fan-caught foul ball might turn into disaster. It will turn into disaster. Gets by Joe, he's not even gonna look for it. South Trimble scoots home, and the Firefighters have won the inning, win the point. South Trimble just dropped an elbow at the plate. It's now a 2-1 lead for the Firefighters, but it very well could be a 2-2 game going into the 9th because of the equalizer point. Let's take a peek at it right here. So the Firefighters have 5 trick plays. They need to get at least 2 to negate the equalizer point as of now. The Clowns have 7. If the Firefighters in this defensive half of the inning, if they do not get more than 2 trick plays or just 2 trick plays, the Clowns win the point. And so this would be a 2-2 game going into the bottom of the 8th. Again, the equalizer point is given to the visiting team if they have more trick plays than the home team after the final full inning before the final inning. Again, that clock is ticking down real close. There's a tip drill and a double trick play! Call them both in! World's fastest! Peanut on the tip drill and Lacey between the legs! And just like that, the equalizer point is tied! Home team cannot win that extra point. They can only deny it to the visiting team. And right now, if the Fighters can do that here, and there are 7 trick plays apiece, that's massive. 3-1 count to Nico Holsizer. Ball 4 sprint would hurt that cause. That's a great pitch from Ben Dung. Backed off Holsizer, it's a 3-2 full count. Into the sky. Fans have any play on it? Doesn't look like it. Do the full count again. Holsizer launches one into center field. Armando gonna have to get on his horse. Off the top of the wall, it's a double at least. Holsizer swinging a heavy bat tonight. 2-run homer, and now a double. That's a big one for the Clowns now. Runner in scoring position, just 1 away. Correll Prime up to bat. That clock is becoming a factor. 6 minutes and counting. If the clock were to run out now, it's Prime. Can somebody help the Firefighters' cause? No, EJ not fast enough to get over there. If the clock were to run out now, I believe we'd go back to what it was, the trick play count in the 7th inning, and the Clowns would have been up 7-5. So they would get it. Dung trying for the trick pitch strikeout. Won't happen. Remember, these two teams played just an 8-inning game in Montgomery day 2 because there were so many runs. It's been runs a slider inside. And the trick plays were not high there either. Prime position for a trick play. EJ underneath. Tip drill. Tiny under the legs. Double trick play. Double trick play. And the Fighters are up 9-7 in the trick play column. Huge trick play outs being recorded in front of your very eyes. If Chris Burgess, though, can find a barrel, flashes at second. Beautiful slider. Been one pitch away from getting out. Again goes back to the slider, and again Burgess slides out of the way. Oh, he got him! Just inside the black! Ben Dunn pumps his fist! Runner stranded! A world's fastest inning on deck here. Gage Voorhees to the mound. The Firefighters have put 9 trick plays on the board. Back to back double trick plays to take the lead in that column. Now if you're the Fire and Flames, I raise this question as we sing home. Do you strike out 3 times in a row? By the way, world's fastest is supposed to be that we are just moving right along here, but we're singing home. Means that we're supposed to be going quick. Not a lot of warm-up pitches, but that has not been communicated. So we play on. Hello, Gage Voorhees. It's good to see you. Former firefighter, by the way, who again was here in 2024 for that electric win in Greenville, South Carolina. Last year spent it with the Bananas, now comes in, really trying to move him to the closer with Nick Wilson sort of sliding up into that starter spot. They'll try Gage out in the back half of the back couple of innings of this rotation. He was done pretty dirty by the Firefighters in Montgomery, Alabama. A 9-run inning started by him. Now he goes up against Eric Jones Jr.'s former catcher. If EJ, by the way, plants one into the seats or can get a run across, the equalizer points to 9. So for the Firefighters, you have to be very careful. What do you swing at? Can you make sure it's hard contact? Are you swinging at balls? And that one, no. Ball 4 sprint on the table. EJ, single, RBI single. Steal a first base, or excuse me, that's Logan Lacey, and he gets his second ball 4 sprints. EJ has not been retired tonight. That beautiful mustachioed man is aboard at first. And by the way, look at the clock, folks. It's at 2:55. If the Firefighters get this game going any longer, we might end it at 8. If they slow play this thing, it could be trouble. But Darian McDowell is not a slow player. If you saw his batting practice earlier, you'd be amazed at what he did. He put a ball over the Greenville Drive neon sign on the building across the street. The sign atop the building. Voorhees. Boy, that's a beautiful slider, but it did not go anywhere near the zone. Down. Good check. Chris Burgess, by the way, replacing Joe Lytle behind the plate. Darian up to the Stars. A double trick play ties up that category. Vasquez. Oh, they lost it! No communication! But there is a force out! Zach Phillips was running at first for Eric Jones Jr. He couldn't go. No, they caught him safe. I could have sworn they called him out, but instead, no, they call him safe. Zach Phillips has stayed at second. Peanut, if this falls, it would deny the equalizer point. Nico grabs it up, tip drill. Philly moves to third. It is an 8-9 game in terms of trick plays, but the Firefighters have a runner 90 feet from home. They have the lead in the trick play column. They do this, it's over in terms of the equalizer point. They need to ensure no double trick plays. Clowns can get one more. It doesn't matter. Does not matter. By the way, we are at a minute. Gage Voorhees has got to go. If Lamar puts this in play or elongates this at bat anymore, this could be over, but he strikes out. Oh, right to Jalen Vasquez. And it's not a trick play. And so with 30 seconds to spare, we're going to go to the ninth. But the equalizer point is denied. And so the Fighters go into the ninth with a 1-point lead. Unreal. Kaz Egan is explaining the final inning rules. It's a 2-1 game. Again, the final inning brings across these rules. Every run now counts as a point. So if the Clowns can put up 2 in this one, they have a 3-2 lead going to the bottom half. If they put up nothing, this game is over. The clock ran to 30 seconds, but Jalen Vasquez books us a 9th inning. Absolute chaos has broken out in Greenville, South Carolina. Trick plays are now for the love of the game, and so is this. Well, Johnny Hummel, you can't say he's not committed. That man has dyed his hair blonde. One half of it blonde. But make no mistake about it, he might be light in the hair now. He is not light on the mound. Against the Texas Tailgaters in the Banana Ball Open, he was sensational. Against the Party Animals in Game 2 of Albuquerque, he was sensational. 2 scoreless innings of work. And then a showdown shutdown, and probably what should have been multiple showdown shutdowns against the Party Animals. But he was incredible in that series. Couple of strikeouts, his first of the year, really in succession. 3 Ks, 2 scoreless innings, a showdown shutdown. Now he comes up as the closer for the Fighters. A save opportunity on the line for the Lightning from Lexington. And the man with 2 colors in his hair. The Jeff Hardy music has hit. Mason Maxwell is on the sidelines dancing like his life depends on it. I would love to see a shot of that. Jared Donaldson has joined him. And Kirkland Banks, there they are, is at the plate. The hard-throwing Hummel starts the inning off with a high one. Another high one. Three straight high ones for Johnny. And again, this is sometimes the issue with the walk-ups. Not the issue, but it can be the trade-off with the issues. You might not get exactly the easiest warm-up because you're so focused on that walk-up. But there's the pitch he wanted. It's a 3-1 count. KB, ooh, he thought it was a ball 4 sprint, but Johnny works it back full. Hummel has come up in big situations, remember. Closed out the win in Montgomery, and from a 3-0 count, he strikes him out. Big one for Lightning. Oh, the music. We're getting golden in Greenville.
Golden batter rule. Batting in place for Dale Francis Jr. is your golden batter, Jackie Bradley Jr.
So what about this? Back in Greenville, South Carolina, the former member of the Greenville Drive, one of the greatest in the University of South Carolina baseball's program history, steps in as the Golden AB against one of the best closers in the sport. And look at that, immediately Johnny gets him fooled. Dalton having a little slow time going back to get it. Marshall Schild doing shoulder presses on the side. Remember, 9th inning, final inning. Every run counts as a point. Clowns need JBJ to do something productive. The next AB is Jalen Vasquez, which again, think about the stories. The first time these teams played this season, Jalen Vasquez took a bend dumb fastball and sent it over the wall in right field for a game-winning homer. There's a lot of stuff happening here. DC3 a little slow on the draw here. Right back up the middle, JBJ's aboard. The Golden AB works to perfection. And now, the lefty who played at North Greenville.
Next
from
up,
North
number
Charleston,
2,
South Carolina,
Jalen Vasquez.
comes back home. After going home just a couple weekends ago with a chance to really make his name with the Clowns. But he pops up. Armando calling everybody off in center field. They do not need a trick play, and he goes about it the old-fashioned way. Runner on first is JBJ, and Joe Gray Jr. has reached on a ball four sprint, a single. He's reached on a ball four sprint and a single. Also a fielder's choice. He was able to get on first. Dalton stops that one from going. Man, Dalton has had some tough plays tonight behind the backstop. Dale Francis Jr. is now the runner at first because JBJ is due up second in the lineup. So he's next if Joe Gray gets aboard. 1-0, swinging, 1-1. Johnny Hummel has 2 saves on the year. His third could be huge. Oh, it's tantalizing. Big swing. Clowns down to their last strike. We had 30 seconds to play with before this inning, but we got the 9th in. Can Johnny send us home? No, he can't. Into the dirt. Dale Francis is on his way to second, and that's massive. Because that's ball 3. Ball 4 sprint is going to tie this game up. Johnny has to put one in the zone. Whatever he trusts the most, he's got to have it here. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ball 4 sprint. Clowns are gonna tie the game. And now right back up to the dish is JBJ, who we just saw with a Golden AB, hit a single right back up the middle. This is a fresh ball game for the Clowns. Joe Gray is at first with his second ball 4 sprint. Johnny throws in strike 1. If there's anybody that knows how to play that wall in left field, it's the guy at the plate. Healthy lead for Joe Gray at first. Johnny's just got to get the team back to the dugout. There's 2 away. A 1-1 count. Bouncer. Tiny is there. Throw to first. We are going to the bottom of the 9th. So the ball 4 sprint ties us up. But the Firefighters have a shot. Kaz Egan hyping the crowd up. This is what Banana Ball is truly all about. After the Firefighters, by a gnat's nose, ties and denies the equalizer point because of trick plays. The Clowns go into the top of the 9th and they get 1 across. And now the Firefighters will send Mason Maxwell, Noah Bridges, and Tyner Hughes as the batters due up. Gage Voorhees is out. He got a fresh inning and the lights are out.
I've got that lightning inside me, son of a gun. I'm like a titan that's rising, oh, just you watch. I'm stepping into fame. There is no time to waste. I've got that lightning inside me. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made.
Leading off the bottom of the final inning, number 3, Dalton
Sam Cornet.
Cornet.
That was lovely. The lights just going out for Sam. But the music is golden. We're doing this again.
The golden batter rule. Hitting in the place of Mason Maxwell. Make some noise for DC3, Dalton Cornet.
Well. As Enter Sandman plays in the background, it is the Sandman of clutch situations that steps into the batter's box in place of Mason Maxwell. Dalton Cornet, the winner in showdowns against the Savannah Bananas in a winner-take-all in the World Tour Championships 1 year ago. 2 weekends ago, the showdown winner against the Party Animals in Albuquerque. And now goes up against Gage Voorhees with a shot to win it here. Looks at 2 outside, 1 was in the zone, 1 is not. Noah Bridges in the on-deck circle. Looked like the exact same spot, but it's a 1-2 count. DC3 has yet to take the lumber off his shoulders. And that slider goes inside on the hands, and it'll remain a 1-2 count. Can DC3 do it here? Slaps it into left field. JBJ got a track on it. And he'll haul it in for out 1. The Golden AB is sent down. So now it's Noah. He has a walk-off game winner on his resume. That was last year in Salem, Virginia. He doesn't need the winner here, but he does need to get on base with 1 down. Tyner Hughes is on deck. Quick 2-0 count for Mr. Bridges, who already has a 2-base ball 4 sprint on his ledger tonight. And that time he'll look at strike 1. Gage working quickly. Had a clean 8th inning. But it's a 3-1 count. You think about the fact the Firefighters left a runner on 3rd in the bottom of the 8th. This game would have been over. Noah wanted that one. If they could have brought Zach Phillips home, the game was over. But a ball 4 sprint will give Noah a chance. He wants 2. He's gonna get 2. Sliding in. And now all Tyner Hughes has got to do is send one into the outfield. He does that, Noah's going home. He's too confident in his speed. Tiny gets on with no runs scored. It's Dalton Cornet going right back up to the dish. That's the beauty of the Golden AB. What does Tyner Hughes have for you? A patient eye, ball one. Boy, Tiny didn't like it. With strike one. We are seeing the outside zone getting called tonight from Andrew Gerard. Tiny, hot shot to Kirkland. He lobs it. Oh, it's a pickoff play, and Noah's tagged out. He fooled him on the throw over to first, and Noah is tagged out at third. Dalton Cornet doesn't know he's up. DC3's got to get a helmet and bat. DC3 right back up. Fly out to JBJ on the Golden AB. Chopper foul. This is a game of what could have been. Could the Clowns have kept it scoreless in the bottom of the first? Dalton, screamer! Zach Phillips, quick reflexes. What if the Firefighters had brought home Zach Phillips on third in the bottom of the eighth? What if the Clowns could have found that extra trick play? 0-2. Cornet into the seats. Foul. Remember last week, D-Mac was caught by the fans to send us to showdowns. DC3 has a ground rule double on his ledger tonight. Stays alive, gritty AB. Pickoff, safe. Working quick, high. Now a ball four sprint becomes interesting, but we're not close to that yet, so I won't breach it just at this time. Gage slowing it down. DC gets that club head out there into left center field. Tiny's around second. He's going to third. He's coming home at the track. Dalton Cornet has walked it up in Greenville. He was golden when he absolutely had to be. Got that bat out there, sent it to left center field. Tyner Hughes raced like he was shot out of a cannon, got home, and the Firefighters have won. The grittiest team in sports continues to show their moxie. Dalton Cornet is shirtless, and for good reason. Sound the sirens of victory all across Greenville tonight. Give him the fire. What can you say about this firefighter squad? They just find ways to win. Ladies and gentlemen, with this Dalton Cornet hit, the Firefighters have won the most games they ever have on a world tour. 7 eclipses the 6 from 2025 and the 4 from 2024. It wasn't perfectly struck, but it was sent in the perfect spot. And Dalton Cornet, what can you say about that man in pressure situations? He just scraps and finds ways to win. In a game of what-ifs, becomes a winner for the Firefighters. Dalton Cornet has put his jersey back on. The whole Firefighters have surrounded him. Michael Schwartz in his...
Dalton, your girlfriend may get mad at me for asking this. How are you so hot right now?
I don't know, my family's here, man. I just wanted to show out for them, and they're up in the stands watching right now, so.
We see them? Hi, Mom. Hi, guys. Hi, everybody. What did you see tonight in this? We have the open, we didn't clinch, but what was the mindset of, do you still need to earn a spot if you guys want to compete? And let me tell you, it's historic right now for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, the boys are hot. You know, we're coming in swinging, and the bats are really hot right now, so that's why we're hot. We're hot, baby.
Let me tell you, I really like meeting you guys at home plate. Hey, we have a live kid question of the game. If you want to ask your question, say your name.
Fowler.
What's your question?
What's your favorite football team?
What is your favorite football team?
The Cincinnati Bengals.
All right.
Yeah.
Cincinnati Bengals. Hey, what are you guys going to do next? Where are you guys going now?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Zach, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I'm surprised I didn't hear. We have a good offense, yeah. But we do have a good offense. Dalton Cornet tonight was simply unreal. 4 for 6, 2 doubles and a triple. And most importantly, the game-winning hits. That man is an all-star. Make no mistake about it. He just finds ways. And by the way, he's doing this with a hand that wasn't exactly the healthiest tonight. He caught all 9 innings and found a lot of ways to make a lot of winning plays for the Firefighters when they desperately had to. Dalton Cornet, the showman of the night, for so many reasons. For the plate, for the hit, and for what he did at the catcher spot. As we welcome you back up here to Greenville, South Carolina, the showman of the night, DC3. They've done it again, folks. An offensive masterpiece for these two teams. The score 2-3. 9 runs for each team. 12 hits for each team. The separator, truly the trick play equalizer points. The Firefighters denying that, and that is the biggest reason they just walked it off in 3-2 fashion. Both of these teams are hitting with fire in their hands, and more importantly, an inferno in their eyes as we welcome you back up here inside the Dispatch Center. Folks, I can't think. I've got a headache because I have been outside my mind over the last couple of hours. What a game to be with you here in Greenville, South Carolina. Look, the Firefighters, say what you will about them. It might not be the prettiest, but it is the darn sure most effective. They are, yes, the hottest team in sports, and they continue that. They have now won 9 of their last 11 since they started 0-3. This is a team that has found their confidence. They have found their pride. They have found their swing and then some. Bradford Webb didn't have his best stuff tonight. He still found a way to hand it over in prime fashion. Johnny Hummel didn't have his best stuff tonight, but he found a way to hand it over in prime fashion. And then Dalton Cornet. The man's going to be in the MVP conversation when this year is done. I'm calling it right now. And a night like tonight, 4 for 6 with the game-winning double is exactly the reason why. He had a Golden AB appearance. It didn't go the way he wanted to. It did not matter. He goes right back up there and goes golden when he needed to. What a game here in Greenville, South Carolina. The Indianapolis Clowns were game, but the Firefighters, the hottest team in sports, but they are the grittiest team in banana ball, and I will put my name to that. The Firefighters continuing to make history here as we go on to the next couple of weekends here, or next couple of nights here in Greenville, South Carolina. By the way, I said they won 9 of their last 11. They've won 7 of their last 9. They have 7 wins. I can't believe what I just saw. Unbelievable stuff here in Greenville, South Carolina. A special thanks to all the great people who have made this broadcast come to you, led by our outstanding producer, Chadwick Folkstead, our great director, Alex Gross, our executive producer, Josh Richardson, the guy calling the shots down on the field, the sheriff, Garrett DeClue, our official scorekeeper here in the booth with me tonight, Blake O'Hare. Folks, what a game. Can you imagine what's in store the next 2 nights here in the Palmetto State? For our great crew here on site in South Carolina, for Michael Schwartz and his eye black down on the field, I'm Zach Staten. We'll see you tomorrow here in South Carolina. The Fighters win it 3-2 in unbelievable fashion. I'm Zach Staten. Until next time, remember, fire up! Fighters win. See you tomorrow.